Konoha, reviving Senju, starting with Concubines. Author, Vortex. Synopsis: travel through Konoha and become the only seedling of the Senju clan. In order to revive Senju, Senju Yixing decisively decided to marry Uzumaki Kukina, and started the road of prospering the family with many sons. Senju Tribe 1. Awakening Talent. Yisita Battle Spirit, Host gets Awakening. Elemental Holy Spirit. Senju Tribe 2. Awakening Talent. Heroic Spirit of the Sky, Host gets the Legendary Treasure. Shining in the Final Spear. Senju Tribe 3. Awakening Talent. The Sun God Nika, the Host gets the Summoning Beast. Ra's Pterodactyl Dragon. Senju Tribe 4. Awakening Talent. The Spirit of Time, the Host obtained the Kabbalah Tree of Life fruit. Yo, isn't this the Uchiha clan and the Otsutsuki clan? I haven't seen you for a few days. Have you become so lazy? Chapter 1. Revive Senju. Start with getting married and having children. Ask for flowers. The Land of Fire, Konohagakure. Mori Senju resident. This is the founding family of Konohagakure, which once had the highest prestige. Both First Hokage and Second Hokage are the patriarchs of the Senju clan. However, when it came to Third Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen took over this position due to the generation of talents. Senju, which was once very prosperous, was later affected by various reasons, and thus declined. The Senju people who went to the battlefield basically couldn't come back. And many Senju people of the collateral lineage also foolishly obeyed the so-called Konoha plan and gave up their surnames. Until now, there are only 2 members of the Senju family left. Granddaughter of First Hokage, disciple of Third Hokage, Senju Tsunade. Inheriting the power of wood style, the only remaining male, Senju Starry Night. Grandpa Tobirama really taught 2 good apprentices. A Sarutobi Hiruzen, a Shimura Danzo. When they bullied the Senju clan, they didn't show any softness at all. Fortunately, I'm a bit of a dog. If I'm killed, I won't accept the task and leave the village. Otherwise, the grass on the grave would be 3 meters high now. Sitting in the sunny courtyard, it was a young man of about 18 years old, with a slender and tall figure, and a handsome and gentle face exuding a calm and noble temperament. He wears a hori that was purchased at a high price and made of special materials, which can resist the damage of C-level ninjutsu and weaken the power of B-level ninjutsu. The clan emblem of the Senju family is engraved on the back. Starry Night never neglects. After all, there are 2 shits, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo. I've been staring at you in the dark. If I don't use a few more life-saving means, I don't know how I died. Although Senju Kusanai has inherited the blood succession boundary of First Hokage, wood style, but due to his mediocre talent, so far he only has the strength of elite jonin. If you want to look like Grandpa Hashirama, clap your hands and become a big Buddha. It's better to wash up and go to bed early. But, strong usage. There are weak usages. Senju Starry Night also gives full play to wood style's advantages in greening and real estate. More than 80% of the real estate in Konohagakure is now owned by the Senju family. The construction efficiency is excellent, the quality is good, and it is warm in winter and cool in summer. You can experience the natural atmosphere, and there is even a weak chakra extraction effect. No matter which world you are in, real estate is a huge profiteering industry. 1 bedroom, 1 living room and 1 bathroom. A cabin covering an area of 30 square meters. Common real estate, sell you 200,000 pls. Senju real estate, sell you 1 million pls. If you can't pay it off in one go, Senju Bank can also provide you with a 30-year ninja installment loan service, which only requires 30% of the low interest per year, which will allow you to live in a Senju real estate house in advance. Different ninjas different levels can also be borrowed to different amounts. Genin can loan 100,000 pls. Shunin can borrow 1 million pls. Jonin can borrow 10 million pls. As for those with cage level strength, they can borrow up to 100 million pls. Of course, these loans can only be spent on Senju real estate at present, and only Konoha Shinobi can take out loans. If other ninja villages borrow money, Senju Kusanai is afraid that he will not be able to get it back, so he will not do a loss-making business. And since ninja is a high-risk occupation, if the ninja accidentally dies on the battlefield before repaying the loan, then their pensions will be directly mortgaged. Senju properties that are half repaid will also be discounted. Anyway, no matter how you do it, Senju Starry Night will not lose money. As a farmer who cuts leeks for Grandmaster, he will not let himself lose money. Now, the total output value of the Senju real estate and Senju Bank in his hands has reached hundreds of billions of pls, not to mention the small Konoha village. Even their huge Fire Nation is far inferior, even if it is an incomparably rich country. Too much. As for paying taxes, there are only 2 of us, Senju, left. Sarutobi Hiruzen, you old monkey, have the nerve to make us pay taxes? Crack. Senju Kusanai took a bite of the big red apple. Enjoy a leisurely noon life. Ninja fights and kills. Nothing to do with him. It doesn't matter if it is the Second Ninja World War, or the Third Ninja World War that is about to break out now. He didn't want to get involved too much, and even Konoha village didn't want to take half a step. After all, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo had coveted their own property in the legacy of the Senju clan for a long time, and Senju Starry Night didn't want to give them this chance. Gyu. only Kakuzu is king. But compared to when I was a child, when Senju was flourishing, today's Senju family is really too deserted, and it always feels a little less meaningful. Looking at the empty Senju station, Senju Kusanagi couldn't help but sighed, looking a little melancholy. Due to the escalating friction of the war, Tsunade has been away from home all day recently, performing tasks outside, leaving him alone. As the only male of the Senju clan, the mission of reviving Senju is indeed still a long way to go. The wealth beyond rivals and the strength of the five kingdoms, these are not the revival of the Senju clan population. This is what Senju desperately needs right now. Aside from the Senju people who died in battle, those who changed their Senju surnames and integrated into Konoha village, Senju Starry Night naturally also removed their names from Senju's genealogy. Difficult. And now that I am about the same age, it is time to consider the tasks of marrying a wife and having children, spreading branches and leaves, and reviving Senju. Decided. Isn't it just underpopulation? I'll just find my wife to have a baby. Senju Star Yoruichi patted his thigh, and instantly figured out the key to the ending problem. I didn't have this opportunity in my previous life. But now I'm the patriarch of Senju, and I'm sitting on hundreds of billions of assets. Why can't I enjoy it? At the same time, a voice also sounded in his mind. Ding, the multi-child multi-blessing system has been awakened. Chapter 2 Many Children and Many Blessings System. Treasurer Kakuzu, ask for flowers. Ding, the multi-child multi-blessing system has been awakened. When your heir is born, you can choose one of 3 special talents. The mother's bloodline, strength, status, etc. will all affect the level of talent that can be selected. After determining the talent of the offspring, the host can also obtain corresponding rewards. 18 years of waiting. Originally, Senju Kusanagi thought that he was traveling through the whiteboard, but he did not expect that his sudden decision would unexpectedly awaken the system. Only, the triggering of this system reward is really a bit unique. Of course, with specific goals and corresponding extra rewards, Senju Starry Night is now full of motivation. Kakuzu, boss, what are your orders? With an order from Senju Starry Night, a ninja with cage-level strength also appeared instantly, half kneeling in front of him. Kakuzu, an elite member of the former Takigakure village, possesses the secret technique Earth Resentment, and can use chakra to control the black tentacles released from the body, thereby capturing the hearts of others, including your own heart. You can store up to 5 hearts in your body, and you can prolong your life by replacing your heart. Each heart can be transformed into a black body monster formed from land grievances. Can use the surgery of the original heart owner. Originally, this kind of person was a well-known S-level rebellious ninja, which made countless people frightened. However, under Senju Kusanagi's money offensive, he was finally unable to resist and became his #1 licking dog. As the man who threw a shuriken at Senju Hashiramas would clone from 800 miles away. When Senju Kusanagi offered a monthly salary of 100,000 tals. Kakuzu means who do you take me for? You want to buy me with this little money? When the monthly salary was raised to 1 million tals, Kakuzu said that he was not such a person. When the monthly salary was raised to 10 million tals, Kakuzu said not to treat himself as an adult. From then on, a generation of S-class traitors, he directly washed his whitewash on the spot and became the financial controller of Senju Real Estate and Senju Bank. From now on, he is an upper-class person. Even Third Hokage has to call him Boss Zhao when meeting him. But for money fans like Kakuzu, being able to manage hundreds of billions of tals of money is undoubtedly a supreme enjoyment. His money management ability, of course, needless to say, otherwise a certain prodigal woman Conan would not be able to use 600 billion detonating charms. And Kakuzu, this guy. I like making money, managing money, and counting money. But I don't like spending money. The salary that Senju Kusanagi paid him every month was still stored in Senju Bank for interest in the end. Rounding it up means that he didn't spend any money, and he hired a cage-level bodyguard and top financial controller for nothing. This is definitely a bloody deal. Send someone to inform Miss Tsunade. I have something important to discuss with her. In addition, prepare a generous gift to show the background of our Senju. Don't pick and search. I'm going to propose marriage to Kushina. Senju Starry Night gave orders. Now that he has decided to revive Senju, he is not the kind of person who hesitates, so he immediately took action. She has been in love with herself since she was a child, and now she is the whirlpool Kushina of Nine Tails Jinchuriki. It was the first wife he was going to marry. Although in the ninja world, many of them follow the rules of monogamy. However, as the patriarch of Senju, with the mission of rejuvenating the family on his shoulders, Senju Kusanagi has no choice but to reluctantly accept a few wives and concubines, and come to spread the branches. All this is for the revival of the Senju clan. Don't worry, boss. Leave it to me. Kakuzu decisively agreed. Sure enough, the boss has also grown up, and it's time to think about women. Of course, Kakuzu has no feelings for women. Women will only affect the speed at which he makes money. Facing Senju Kusanagi, who is his benefactor father, Kakuzu has long forgotten what integrity is. He just wants to repay the kindness of his foster father, and he is diligent and conscientious in everything he does. As for saying, continue to be a traitor and murderer to get a bounty. Are you kidding me? What is his identity and status as the boss? Is this something his corner boss should do? The bounty is worth a few bucks. His boss is now shaking his feet every day, and his monthly basic salary is 10 million tals, and he is responsible for managing assets of hundreds of billions of tals, and there are still 1% of the shares, which are now worth 1 billion tals, which is equivalent to the total rewards for 1000 S-level tasks, starting at 1 million tals. Moreover, as long as he continues to expand the scale of Senju real estate and Senju bank, the amount of shares can also skyrocket. Can lie down and make a lot of money. Shinobi is the one who is desperately working as a bounty hunter. The noble horn boss no longer bothers to do the kind of low-level rebellious work. Go. Yes, since it is the order of the boss, then Kakuzu will definitely implement it meticulously. A body flicker technique disappeared into Senju's starry night vision, and he began to prepare. Senju Kusanai also stretched his waist. He dropped the apple core he had eaten on the ground. With a simple seal, the power of wood style was brought into play, and its majestic vitality instantly gave birth to a 3-meter-high apple tree, which bore numerous fruits. Subsequently, Senju Starry Night then headed for Kushina's residence. The two are now boyfriend and girlfriend, and Kushina is 18 years old, so it's time to talk about marriage. As for saying, a certain civilian genius Namikaze Minato. For his character and ability, Senju Kusanai has an attitude of appreciation, but his future wife will be cut off by himself in advance. Under the intervention of Senju Starry Night, the world-boot Kushina had no contact with Namikaze Minato at all. At most it was the impression of a classmate, and it was not a good impression. Chapter 3 Money Ability Acquisition. The arrival of the Vortex Kushina. Ask for flowers. Konoha Shinobi, Senju Ramen Shop. The shop owner here is the most famous ramen chef in the village, Uncle Kakuzu. He is notoriously stubborn and dedicated, and has been obsessed with ramen for decades. He creates delicious food with exquisite materials, skilled skills and emotions every day, so that the guests here can be said to be in an endless stream. After tasting the taste once, Senju Kusanai also likes the ramen here, so he decisively launched the banknote ability. Acquired Uncle Kakuzu's noodle shop. At the beginning, Uncle Kakuzu refused. After all, he made ramen with his heart. How could he let money tarnish his ramen? But, however, Senju Starry Night gave too much, a total of 1 million tals of cash, and launched the wood style 3 bedrooms, 2 living rooms, 2 bathrooms technique on the spot, to build a house for Uncle Kakuzu with an internal area of 120 square meters and a current market price starting at 5 million tals. Of course, for Senju Kusanai who awakened wood style, this is a matter of clapping both hands and wasting some chakra. Not only that, Senju Starry Night also promises, even if he buys Uncle Kakuzu's noodle shop, he will not change his recipe and original intention of cooking casually. At that time, he looked at his 12-year-old daughter and his wife, faced with the rapidly rising house prices in Konoha. Uncle Kakuzu, who has worked so hard to sell ramen noodles for 20 years and can't afford a set of Senju real estate, has no choice but to succumb to the desire of Senju Starry Night. Uncle Kakuzu, bring me 2 braised beef ramen. Add a poached egg. By the way, no tomatoes. Kushina doesn't like to eat them. Sat down on a delicate wooden bench at Senju Ramen. While Senju Kusanai was waiting for Kushina, he also ordered a meal. The two have been together for so many years. For Kushina's likes and dislikes of food, Senju Kusanai still knows very well. Likes salty ramen, hates bitter things and tomatoes, especially hates when others call her tomato and red pepper. And Uncle Kakuzu's noodle shop, after Senju Kusanai's capital injection, is also a mobile stall from the beginning. Now it has been directly upgraded to a top noodle shop with an area of 300 square meters. There are more than a dozen ramen apprentices working here. As long as you have Uncle Kakuzu's craftsmanship, you can guarantee the long-term business here and earn a steady stream of money for Senju Starry Night. Although the speed of making money is not as fast as Senju Real Estate and Senju Bank, it is also among other industries in Senju a more lucrative project. Oh, it turned out to be the boss. You are here, don't worry. I will do my best to serve you the most delicious ramen. I saw my boss coming. Uncle Kakuzu suddenly seemed to have been beaten with chicken blood. Rolling up his sleeves on the spot, he was going to do a big job. After all, he was his immediate boss, so he had to give face. As a ramen maniac, when he fully enters the state, the culinary skills displayed, it is enough to amaze the onlookers and ninjas. It is not so much cooking ramen as it is an art of ramen. It is really dazzling. All kinds of exquisite operations and exclusive secret recipes. The most important thing is to instill the heart of cooking that loves ramen. It's rare to see Uncle Kakuzu making ramen with all his strength. Damn it, Uncle Kakuzu's luxury ramen used to sell for 10,000 tals a bowl, and it's still priceless. Looking at the bowl of 421 bowls of common ramen in my hand, I feel that it doesn't taste good. In an instant. Who on earth can enjoy Uncle Kakuzu's luxurious ramen supply? Wait, that person is the patriarch of Senju. the big boss of Senju Real Estate and Senju Bank, is said to have at least a young man with assets of more than 100 billion, Senju Starry Night. Ah. It's Lord Kusanai. I want to give birth to a monkey for Lord Kusanai. Hey, can you stop being a nympho? Anyway, you have just been promoted to Chunin. Show the dignity of a female ninja. FKU, Kusanai-sama is handsome, rich and high-ranking, and I have awakened Senju's blood succession boundary, wood style, besides Tsunade-sama, is the only one. If Master Kusanai is willing, you can give it to me for free. I saw Uncle Yakiraku pulling out all his strength to make ramen. It also aroused a lot of discussion among the people. You know, the patriarch of the Akamaki clan, who is a foodie, once offered a high price of 30,000 gulls, but he didn't even eat a luxurious ramen. What the hell is it that can make Uncle Yakiraku so serious with just one sentence? When everyone's eyes. When he turned to the young man, he suddenly realized if it was the grown-up, it would not be surprising. Even, there are female ninjas who have a crush on each other and start committing nympho on the spot. Although the Senju clan is dying now, there are many industries, plus the cage-level Senju Tsunade and Kakuzu. That is definitely a proper super wealthy family. For commoner female ninjas, or female ninjas from small families, it is definitely a dream to be able to marry into a wealthy family. Moreover, isn't it better to have fewer people? In this way, no one will be able to branch house, and all them belong to Master Senju Kusanai. Unfortunately, Master Kusanai already had a girlfriend a few years ago. This also broke the hearts of countless female ninjas. At the same time, it also made many spare-tire male ninjas cry for it. The goddess in their hearts would rather give Senju Starry Night for free than look at them directly. Why is the gap between people so big? Lick the dog and cry bitterly. I just handed in the mission of the village. I didn't make you wait here, Kusanai. Soon. A sound of hurrying. It came from outside, and Uzumaki Kushina, who was wearing a ninja suit, also came in from outside. Chapter 4 Marriage Proposal under the Million Detonation Talisman. Wood-style rings. Ask for flowers. Beautiful red long hair. Like a flickering flame, it is eye-catching. There is a hairpin pinned to the bun on the left side, which Senju Kusanai personally selected for her when the two first started dating. Wearing Konoha Shinomi's exclusive forehead protector on the forehead, symbolizing the identity of the ninja. Not only that, Uzumaki Kushina, who is now 18 years old. Just like a peach, people can't help but want to take a bite. Although her figure is not comparable to Miss Tsunade's meatball impact, she is also among the best among the female ninjas in Konoha Shinomi's picture. No, I just arrived not too long ago. Sit down first, Kushina. Wearing Senju's costume, Senju Kusanai looked at the red-haired girl in front of him, and said gently like a gentleman. The two sat together, quietly waiting for Uncle Yakiraku's ramen. Look at Kushina's slightly messy hair that swirls. Senju Kusanai also stretched out a hand, and helped her stroke it behind her ear. This small gesture of intimacy made the usually vigorous and carefree Kushina flush red in the face. When performing tasks, she is Konoha Jonin, strategic nuclear weapon Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, and she was once the princess of the country of Vortex. But, in a state of love, the whirlpool Kushina is just a little girl after all. Kill you, kill you, kill you. Use a cursed scarecrow to stab you to death, you little goblin. Damn it, why didn't Master Kusanai use this hair-lifting action to me? His envious eyes are bleeding. Why isn't I the one sitting next to Master Kusanai? Obviously just a normal lunch. However, the whirlpool Kushina has a feeling of being on pins and needles, because all the female ninjas around stared at her back with eyes as if they wanted to kill her. As the saying goes, taking a husband is like killing a parent. But the whirlpool Kushina is not to be trifled with either. She and Kusanai have been in the same relationship for several years, and she has been targeted by other girls quite a few times during that time. She has long been used to it. Vortex Kushina, not to be outdone, kissed Senju Kusanai directly on the cheek. She wrapped her arms around his arms, as if taking an oath of sovereignty, indicating that she had stamped it, and this was her boyfriend. Immediately, that flame of jealousy, it burned even more vigorously, making the scalps of the male ninjas around feel numb, and the jealousy of women is really terrifying. Yakiraku luxury ramen, made. Please taste. Finished making luxurious ramen. Uncle Yakiraku put 2 full bowls in front of the two of them. Lots of beef with a poached egg on top. Simple ramen. But it also made Senju Starry Night and Uzumaki Kushina very happy to eat. When they are dating, they often come here to eat ramen together. I'm gonna start now. Hands together. Before you eat, say something politely. The two then enjoy delicious ramen that Uncle Yakiraku goes all out for. That tenacity and strength. Absolutely nothing to say, first class. By the way, Kushina, did your ninja mission go well recently? Fortunately, Lord Third Generation didn't arrange too difficult tasks for me. I usually perform C-level and B-level tasks on weekdays. As Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, be it Sarutobi Hiruzen, or Shimura Danzo. She is absolutely not allowed to make any mistakes, so even before the power of Nine-Tails is activated, Kushina, who already possesses the strength of elite Jonin, is usually not assigned to perform S-level and A-level tasks, and she is only allowed under special circumstances go out on an adventure. This can also be regarded as a kind of protection for Jinchuriki, lest the power of the tail beast be taken away by the enemy country. I have just completed the B-level escort mission before, and I haven't had time to go home and change into clean clothes. No, Kushina in a ninja suit also has a unique charm. HMPH_Liar, minxing eye. You preferred me to wear white kimono and black silk stockings before. Because Kushina is cuter that way. No man can refuse the temptation of black silk. Similarly, no woman can refuse the sweet words that the person she likes says to herself. At least the current Vortex Kushina has completely fallen into it. Like a couple in love. While enjoying the delicious food, the two talked about the various customs, and deeds around them. According to the time, it should be almost ready. What preparations? Come with me, Kushina. After eating Iyakiraku luxury ramen, Senju Kusanai took the initiative to hold Kushina's soft and boneless little hand and led her out of the Senju ramen shop. Kakuzu, who is the #1 licking dog, also arrived in time at this time. He made an okay gesture in the crowd. Boo! Tens of thousands of detonating symbols ascended to the sky. Bright and dazzling fireworks formed in the sky. The price of a detonating talisman is 300 tals. This simple wave directly consumed tens of millions of tals. Certainly. For Senju Starry Night, money is just a number. Wave after wave of detonating symbols continued to rise to the sky, forming a whirlpool of Kushina's name, and leaving a heart pattern behind. To be able to consume strategic materials so unscrupulously, looking at the entire Konoha Gakure, only Senju Starry Night of the real estate owner can do it. Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo are jealous. If it is brought to the battlefield, how effective it can be. As a result, it is now used to set off fireworks. This made countless poor ninjas cry on the spot, and they had to think twice about how many detonating symbols they used. People directly take hundreds of thousands or millions of tickets to watch the fireworks. But, for female ninjas, this kind of rich and romantic approach, the direct lethality is full on the spot, and it will fall instantly. Kushina, will you marry me? Take advantage of this atmosphere. Senju Kusanai took out a ring containing the power of wood style as a token of engagement. The wood style essence in it can not only help Jinchuriki suppress the power of the tailed beast, but also nourish the body and comprehend nature. It is a rare treasure. Chapter 5. Let me take the blame. When I'm Sarutobi Hiruzen, bad luck, right? Ask for flowers. Soon. The wedding of Senju Starry Night and Vortex Kushina. It was determined. Kakuzu, who is the chief financial officer, also organizes the wedding according to the highest standards. This is the #1 event in the life of my boss, so I can't be negligent. After all, with such a high salary every day, Kakuzu can't wait to confess Senju Kusanai as his own father. If something goes wrong, it is definitely my own incompetence. As Konoha's super wealthy family Senju of the forest, at present, the only male is going to marry a wife. This is definitely a big event that has caused a sensation in Konoha, not to mention that Senju Kusanai has many properties under his command. People who come to the banquet. It was definitely a huge crowd. Konoha Gakure, in Hokage's office. No. I don't agree. This marriage cannot go on. Senju's reputation is high enough. If this allows him to marry Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, it will be an even greater threat to us. Sarutobi, we managed to divide and weaken Senju's strength. We must not sit idly by, or everything before will be in vain. Nabe Shadow Shimura Danzo slammed the table. Objections were raised on the spot. This guy is full of bad water, thinking about making troubles all day long. The ninjas of Senju on the battlefield have a high death rate, and many collateral tribes choose to give up the surname of Senju. Result: there are fewer Senju people. However, that Senju Starry Night has a super high talent for business, and has also awakened wood style. As a result, Senju not only did not have a decline in reputation and industry decline, but it was like a fish in water, directly skyrocketing by more than 100 times, which almost gave Shimura Danzo a cerebral hemorrhage. Original. He is pondering. After this Senju came out of the village at night, let his roots assassinate him, thus seizing the Senju's property. Although Senju Tsunade is also a member of Senju, he is still relatively easy to deal with. Result: that Senju Starry Night doesn't take the bait at all. If you don't want to step out of Senju's residence, or half a step away from Konoha Gakure, kill me if you have the ability. Directly within Konoha Gakure, the assassination of the Senju patriarch happened. Even Third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen would definitely not be able to continue, because if you can assassinate the Senju patriarch today, you can come and assassinate us tomorrow. At that time, Shimura Danzo will have to be skinned if he is not dead. And this is still based on the successful assassination. Senju Starry Night possesses the strength of elite Jonin, and even has a cage-level subordinate protection. Sometimes Senju Tsunade is also in the station. If this one is not done well, it will be a waste of money if you steal the chicken, and you will be killed on the spot. This matter can no longer be stopped. All Konoha ninjas know that Senju Kusanai is going to marry Uzumaki Kushina. I stand up to stop it at this time, but I will be stabbed in the back, and whether people will listen is another matter. It's not a good thing to say. Our Konoha Gakure is now the vast majority of the industry. It's all in the hands of Senju Kusanai. If he gets angry and throws up his burden, We will all suffer the consequences of a major economic collapse. Even if there is a complete breakup, they will directly take 5 billion to the black market to offer a reward for your head. Holding his own pipe in his hand, Third Hokage said lightly. You know, as a Third Hokage, he only offered a reward of 1 billion on the black market. Under the heavy reward, there must be a brave man, although it may not necessarily kill Shimura Danzo. However, the rebels who are dazzled by money will definitely launch assassination plans one after another, enough to kill only quasi-cage level Shimura Danzo who dare not step out of the roots. No way. There are not many other things about Senju Starry Night, except that there is a lot of money. Therefore, Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't want to do such offending things, and he didn't want to double his bounty on the black market. Can't you think of a way? How did you become a Hokage? My god, you are so capable, why don't you stop it yourself? See if Senju Kusanai, Uzumaki Kushina and Tsunade will cut you. I will not take the blame. Sarutobi Hiruzen's face turned black immediately. This old cunt really has a good plan. Let me take the blame and bear the pressure of the Senju Patriarch, Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, and Senju Tsunade, and you will sit behind and reap the benefits of the fisherman, right? Can make you beautiful. When I'm Sarutobi Hiruzen, bad luck, right? However, Shimura Danzo really thought so, but it's a pity that Sarutobi is as smart as a monkey and can't be fooled at all, which is really a pity. Otherwise, he might just stab him in the back and see if he can get him off Hokage's spot. Good friends, you should stab the knife in the back at the critical moment. TSK, is there a regretful TSK in front of you? No, you misheard, Sarutobi. Let me tell you, it's best not to think too much about this matter. Don't think that no one knows about the fact that you used public opinion to kill White Fang 3 years ago. Sarutobi Hiruzen put down the pipe in his hand and said in a deep voice, although he is also reluctant to see the marriage between Senju Patriarch Mori and Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. The last time such a marriage was First Hokage Senju Hashirama and First Generation Nine-Tails Jinchuriki Vortex Mito. But, the general trend, he was powerless to stop it. Even if Shimura Danzo goes out to make trouble and ignores it, the blame may still be pinned on him. Shimura Danzo couldn't help but exasperated. You'll regret it, Sarutobi. Sarutobi Hiruzen, who heard this sentence, also instinctively replied, Danzo, remember, I'm Hokage. Chapter 6 Jiraiya, no. He wants you to give it? Ask for flowers. Finally, Shimura Danzo still doesn't have the guts to take the blame. Only Anan took a share of the money with peace of mind, and turned her grief into appetite, and ate a big meal at Senju Starry Night's wedding. Not to mention, as Konoha's richest man's wedding, all the ingredients used here are top-notch, and the taste is good. And Senju Tsunade, who rushed back from outside, also caught up with the wedding of the two, and presided over the wedding for them as a sister. After all, the elders of Senju Kusanai and Whirlpool Kushina are no longer alive. This night, countless Konoha female ninjas were heartbroken. The national male god has married a wife, so they have no chance. At the same time, there were also countless male ninjas who breathed a sigh of relief. Senju Kusanai finally got married. If he didn't get married, their goddess would rather give it for free than talk to them. Of course, got drunk and cried at the wedding. And Namikaze Minato, who has had a crush on Uzumaki Kushina for more than 10 years. He had just defeated Cloud Shinobi Village's AB group and earned the title of Gold Flash, but he was not happy for long when he learned the news that Uzumaki Kushina was going to get married. To him, it was like a bolt from the blue. The whole person was split on the spot. Hey, Minato, where is there no fragrant grass in Tanya? Why bother to fall in love with a single flower? With your ability and appearance, you don't have to worry about where you can find a wife. Really, I'll introduce you to Jiraiya. As a teacher, he also couldn't bear to see his apprentice's negativity and decadence, so he patted his shoulder and said encouragingly, I have a crush on Tsunade, and Minato has a crush on Kushina. They are two masters and apprentices. There is really a fate like a fascination. However, the difference is that Minato looks much more handsome than himself, and it is definitely a matter of minutes to find a partner. The only thing that makes Jiraiya happy is that Tsunade hasn't found a partner yet, and she doesn't have any plans to get married at the moment. Maybe she still has such a 0.00001% chance, but Uzumaki Kushina is already married now. Mr. Jiraiya, I know. Kusanai once sponsored me a lot, and I will never forget this kindness. Don't worry, I just got drunk tonight. When I wake up tomorrow, I will completely cut off my crush on Kushina. A real ninja will not be swayed by emotions. Namikaze Minato said drunkenly. As a nearly perfect ninja, he is indeed a trustworthy person. Once Senju Starry Night with too much money and nowhere to spend it. It is also convenient to create a civilian ninja funding plan, which is to use money and ninjutsu scrolls to subsidize those civilian ninjas who have no resources, so that they can become their solid backing and escort Senju. Among them, Namikaze Minato, who was born as a civilian, is a member of the funding plan. Thanks to this kindness, Namikaze Minato's character will naturally not repay kindness, not to mention that he is only unrequited love now. Jiraiya could only sigh helplessly. After this incident, Minato's heart must be able to grow stronger. Sure enough, he still experienced too little to remain calm like himself. Young people are so frivolous and irritable. Into the night. After the wedding, Senju Starry Night and Vortex Kushina were also sent into the bridal chamber. After the two finished drinking, they specially put on Senju Kusinai's favorite black silk stockings. The Whirlpool Kushina also had a flushed face and looked a little nervous. Senju of Mori. They are descendants of Ashura, the second son of the Sage of Six Paths. Possessing strong vitality, self-healing ability, and physical strength, it can be said to be an expert in protracted warfare. The Uzumaki clan. They are distant blood relatives of the Senju clan. He is good at using various sealing techniques, and also has good vitality and physical strength, so he will not lose easily. When the two bloodlines are fused together, the heirs that can be born will naturally not be ordinary people. With the talent blessing of the many children and many blessings system, their talents may surpass the reincarnation of Ashura and Indra. Next door. A single Senjutsu Tsunade. Listening to the movement from the next door, I couldn't fall asleep after tossing and turning. Are young people so angry now? It's been 3 or 4 hours, and there's no need to stop. It's making people fall asleep. Senju and Uzumaki's blood talent. Is it for you to play like this? Fortunately, there are no other people present at the current Senju residence, and the guests all left after eating the banquet, otherwise such a big movement must have been heard. Why? Senju Tsunade couldn't help but sigh, because she remembered, when she came back, Senju Kusinai and her plan of saving the family with a big stick, prospering the family with many children. Now the revival of the Senju family needs more heirs, and I have no direct blood relationship with Senju Kusinai. If he really wants it, should I give it? To be honest, if only Jiraiya knew. If Senju Kusinai wants it, his goddess will really give it to her. I guess the drunk is worse than Namake's Minato. It is even possible to suffer from depression on the spot. Senju Tsunade, who could not sleep at all, could only start to practice the water style. Great waterfall technique to calm himself down when he heard that the neighbor had no intention of stopping. The power of water style that she can exert is several times that of common ninja. Chapter 7 Newbie Gift Pack. Air Talent Upgrade Pill. Seeking Flowers. Next morning, Mori's Senju resident. When the first rays of the sun shine through the screen window, it sprinkled on Senju Kusinai's face, making him wake up slowly from his sleep. Holding a warm body in his arms, Senju Starry Night and Whirlpool Kushina are tender. This is his first wife, in a sense, as an irreplaceable particularity. Even if he takes in more wives and concubines in the future, it will not shake her status as the main wife. Ding, it is detected that host officially has a wife, starting the route of having more children and more blessings. Gift packs for beginners are being distributed. Gift package rewards, comprehensive improvement of physical fitness, offspring talent upgrade pill, magic beast transformation pill. Almost at the same time, Senju Kusinai felt a mysterious power injected into his body, making every cell jump for joy. Constitution, spirit, strength, speed, and chakra have all been improved at different levels. This moment, he broke the shackles of his elite jonin after officially stepping into the cage level field. The efficiency of setting up Senju real estate will also increase exponentially. Cough cough. Just kidding. For Senju Kusinai, elite jonin's strength still has a lot of risks, but after entering the cage level, with a blood succession boundary of wood style, as long as they don't kill themselves, generally speaking, nothing will happen unexpected. The life support can be said to rise in a straight line, so there is no need to worry about Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo, two old shackles, who are forcing the Black Hand. So far, Senju's cage level combat power has been raised to 3. They are Senju Starry Night, Senju Tsunade, Kakuzu. The Vortex Kushina is the strength of elite jonin. If it can become a perfect Jinchuriki, it can surpass cage level initial combat power in one leap. Although it is still incomparable to the Otsutsuki family who have as many jonins as dogs, cage level, super shadows walk everywhere, and can only shake at the 6 paths level. However, this can be regarded as a good start, and it can be regarded as the prelude to Senju's revival. Check the effects of the other 2 rewards. Senju Kusinai said silently in his heart. Soon, the effects of the sun's talent upgrade pill and the magic beast transformation pill appeared before his eyes. Child talent upgrade pill. When a child is born, you can directly use it to increase his talent level by 1 level, so as to obtain a higher upper limit. Phantom beast transformation pill. After taking it, you can leave the form of a beast and turn into a half-human half-demon, and your talent and aptitude will be improved to a certain extent. The effects of these 2 novice bonuses. Senju Kusinai quickly figured out the specific usage. First, naturally, it is reserved for myself and Kushina's eldest son, daughter, who is the future heir of the Senju family. The second, it can be used for Tailedman and Summoningman. For example, Katsu, White Snake, and Frog of the 3 Holy Lands. After taking this Phantom Beast transformation pill, they can all have a human body and get an increase in talent and aptitude. For them, This is definitely an irresistible lure. Certainly. Consider the case of the Vortex Kushina being the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Senju Kusanai considered again and again, but decided to leave this thing for a certain sealed Nine-Tails to use. Although in front of Uchiha Hamadara and Senju Hashirama, Nine-Tails was suppressed to death and could be suppressed at will, but this is still a Super Cage level combat power, standing at the apex of the nine-tailed beasts. As the saying goes, the outsider's field should not be wasted. Well, waking up from sleep in a daze swell Kushina detail a little sleepy. On weekdays, the resilience and physical strength given to her by the Uzumaki clan are enough to last for a long time. However, in the face of Senju Kusanai, who seems to never get tired, she can only lose in the end. This is not an opponent of the same level at all, and there is no chance of winning if she fights alone. Kushina, I have two things I want to discuss with you. No, I really can't. Senju Yoruichi spoke. It hasn't said exactly what it is. The Vortex Kushina began to shake her head constantly, expressing that she couldn't take it anymore. After all, it was the first time. To this, Senju Kusanai was a little dumbfounded. Where is this little girl thinking? The two things I want to say have nothing to do with this. Okay, that's not it. The first thing I want to discuss with you, it is related to the continuation of our Senju. You also know that as the patriarch of Senju, I shoulder the important task of revitalizing the family, and now only Sister Tsunade and I are left in the Senju clan, so I need to take in more concubines in the future to support our family. Branches and leaves. Senju Kusanai said slowly. This is the plan of saving the family with a big stick and prospering the family with many children that he mentioned to Sister Tsunade 2 days ago. To this, the Vortex Kushina did not resist as expected. On the contrary, it is the approval of both hands and feet. After all, Senju Kusanai, as the national husband of Konoha village, is sitting on hundreds of billions of assets. With such superior conditions, I am content to be able to become Kusanai's main wife. Moreover, Kusanai made a forced decision for the revival of the family, and as his official wife, he should understand it. Certainly. The most important is, after experiencing the combat power of Senju Starry Night, the Whirlpool Kushina feels that this is not something that one person can fight against. If you don't find a few more sisters, your body will definitely not be able to handle it. The second thing is, Chapter 8 Phantom Beast Transformation Pill, forcibly taken from Chakra's Nine-Tails. Ask for flowers. The second thing is, I want to have a good chat with Nine-Tails who is sealed in your body. Now that the user of the Phantom Beast Transformation Pill has been decided, Senju Kusanai is not the kind of person who just wants to go into the sealed space and have a good chat with a certain Nine-Tails. And you, don't mess with me. With peace of mind, use strength to Kushina to become a perfect Jinchuriki. I will also give you a chance to improve your talent, and you may have the opportunity to avenge Uchiha Hamadara and Senju Hashirama in the future. Certainly, if you don't know good from bad, the sealing power of the Uzumaki clan, and the wood style of the Senju clan, absolutely teach Nine-Tails how to behave in minutes, double restraint, double happiness, and hang Nine-Tails in the sealed state to smoke. Talk to Nine-Tails? Its attitude towards humans is not very friendly, Vortex Kushina said hesitantly. Related to previous experiences, Nine-Tails, as a tailed beast, has a great hatred for humans. After all, many humans covet its power, and a Senju Hashirama with a sick mind said that its power is too dangerous, and then a wood style squeezed it into a chicken and sealed it into Uzumaki Mito's body. To be honest, Vortex Kushina felt it may not be an easy task to have a good conversation with Nine-Tails. Don't worry, just leave it to me. Senju Kusanai smiled and said, if it's just wood style at the elite Jonin level, he still doesn't have the confidence to suppress the sealed Nine-Tails. However, the strength that has officially stepped into the ranks of cage level is enough. After getting Kushina's consent, the two twisted the seal, then entered the sealed space. The grey world, without seeing any sun all day long, is like a sewer, with only a shallow layer of water. When Senju Kusanai looked up and looked forward, it was a cage made of red wood, and a certain orange fox with 9 tails was sealed in it, unable to leave for half a step. Starry Night, this is the 9 tails sealed inside me. HMPH, I thought someone was here, but I didn't expect it to be a kid from the Senju clan. 9 tails snorted coldly. The attitude towards Senju Starry Night is not very friendly. After all, it was Senju Hashirama who personally sealed his arrest back then, and it would be a ghost if it had a good impression on the Senju clan. The attitude towards Uzumaki Mito and Uzumaki Kushina is actually only lukewarm. At most, I won't make trouble for you. But it is absolutely impossible for it to take the initiative to contribute. 9 tails, let's make a deal. You can lend Kushina your power with peace of mind and make her a perfect Jinchuriki. Imps of the Senju clan. Do you think I will join forces with you? Even if I, 9 tails, die and stay here for the rest of my life, I will definitely not let you get all my power. It's a pity to refuse so quickly. I have prepared something special for you. Wait, what's that? Last second. Also strong 9 tails. When Senju Kusanai took out that Phantom Beast transformation pill, it changed the direction of the wind in minutes, and asked anxiously. Perhaps, for humans, this is just a common elixir, without any feeling. But for Ninetales, although they don't know the effect of this elixir, the inexplicable fragrance contained in it has a fatal allure to it. How about my previous deal? If you use this as an exchange, it's not impossible. Anyway, Ninetales decided to eat the pill first. As for whether it will continue to fulfill the agreement between the two parties in the future, it depends on its mood. Anyway, it will never lose money. Give. Too lazy to wrestle with Ninetales for too long. Senju Tsunade directly threw the Phantom Beast transformation pill into the seal. Even if Ninetales backs out, it can't escape its own Five Fingers Mountain. After eating, Ninetales stayed inside the seal, and it would be best if he was willing to cooperate obediently. If not, he had plenty of time and methods to repair it. Crack. Ninetales took the elixir. He directly crushed it and swallowed it. In the next second, a strange force spread through its body. The originally huge body, which was tens of meters high, also began to condense gradually, forming a ball of essence, as if brewing a new life form. Not long after, the surface of this sphere of essence, a series of cracks appeared, from which was born Ninetales' royal sister with orange-red chakra. The red dress made of the tail beast chakra, the ears of the demon fox, the captivating red eyes. In terms of figure, it is even comparable to Sister Tsunade. Picture: if the original Ninetales, if they can reach the sky for a lifetime, they will surpass the strength of the initial cage level. So, now Ninetales, who is half human and half demon, already possesses the aptitude to exceed the peak of cage level. After growing to the peak, it is enough to compete with Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama. Of course, if you want to play Uchiha Madara with Rinnegan, or Six Paths Madara, it still won't work. The previous transaction. HMPH, unfortunately, Ninetales, like to say no to self-righteous people the most. Kushina, hang her up and forcibly extract the tailed beast chakra. Sealing. Adamantine sealing chains. Last second. Still arrogant Ninetales' royal sister. In the next second, he was hoisted up by both hands and feet, and hung in midair. Dare to be so stupid in the sealed space. The Phantom Beast transformation pill only increases your talent potential, it doesn't directly improve your strength on the spot. You think this will be able to? Wood style. Tree bound forever. Just when Sister Ninetales wanted to resist, Senju Tsunade also backhanded a wood style, which directly strengthened the strength of the seal, and by the way, used the characteristics of wood style to absorb a lot of her chakra, so as to weaken its strength. Tail Beast. It was originally an aggregate of chakra. After the total amount of chakra is greatly weakened, the body shape will also change accordingly. Just like in the original timeline, chakra's Ninetales were forcibly hollowed out by Uzumaki Naruto for the first time, and they were as thin as a dog. Convert to now. It is the size of the original Yuji. Rapidly decayed to girlish form, and finally to Ninetales' lily form. You don't eat a toast. You eat fine wine. It's not enough to cooperate well. I have to use force. It seems that you still lack the proper education. Ninetales. Looking at the Senju Starry Night approaching in front of me. A certain Ninetales Lily who was restrained by the Vortex sealing technique and Senju wood style fell into a trembling state. Chapter 9. Jiraiya's mentality has collapsed. The first heir to be born. Ask for flowers. An hour later. The Senju Starry Night who came out of the sealed space was also refreshed. This wave of friendly talks has worked out pretty well. Not only forcibly plundered the wave-tailed beast chakra for Kushina directly, but also supported her to enter the Ninetales chakra mode, and also gave an education to a disobedient Ninetales. Only, Ninetales is very stubborn. It can't be done once or twice, and he stared at himself with a vicious look before leaving. In this regard, Senju Tsunade said that it doesn't matter. Anyway, Kushina, as his wife, stays with him every day, and he has plenty of time to slowly educate Ninetales. Do not know either. A tailed beast who is the avatar of chakra. Is it possible to have children? With Ninetales' super cage level initial strength, coupled with the blood of the Senju family, the offspring that can be born must have good aptitude, and coupled with the talent selection of the multiple children, many blessings system, their talents can be further improved. Flaws. After the Vortex Kushina left the sealed space, she said in disbelief, unexpectedly, after Ninetales transformed into a human form, it turned out to be a girl. I always thought it was a male. Senju Tsunade also nodded, touched his chin and said, to be honest, before it took the Phantom Beast transformation pill, I also thought that Ninetales should be public. This is really unexpected, so I was forced to change the plan. The original plan to coerce and seize the tailed beast chakra by force. Now it has been temporarily changed to the strategy of saving the family with a big stick, deterring the tailed beast, and, accompanied by the rapid recovery of the Ninetales chakra volume, along with wood style, adamantine sealing chains ever-absorbing tailed beast chakra, offered to Vortex Kushina. Let her figure change back and forth among the three forms of Lolita, girl, and Yuji. This is true for Senju Tsunade to gain insight. The tailed beast is really extraordinary, and this is an advantage that humans cannot match. Boom. Tsunade, Kushina, What time do you two plan to sleep until? The door was pushed open violently. Senju Tsunade rushed in from outside aggressively. Although she didn't sleep much all night and practiced water style all night, but with the constitution of the Senju family as the support, she is in a good state of mind now. Look at the messy room. There are also torn black silk stockings, and Senju Tsunade can't help but feel a headache. Morning, Miss Tsunade. Young people must know how to be restrained. You will not forget what you are going to do on the second day of your wedding, right? Heard the words. Senju Starry Night and Vortex Kushina are also out of bed. Putting on brand new clothes, they began to welcome a new life of newlyweds and honeymoon. 10 months passed in a flash. The contradictions and frictions in the 5 great ninja villages are increasing every day, as if a war may break out at any time, but everyone is restraining. Senju Kusanai guessed. At least this year, the Third Ninja World War will not be fought. There should be a rest period of about 5 or 6 months. Certainly, even if we fight, it has nothing to do with him. Anyway, he doesn't participate in the war, so don't try to trick him into working for Sarutobi Hiruzen. He has always been the only one who cut off other ninja leeks, and there has never been the possibility of him working for leeks. The Vortex Kushina naturally doesn't go out to perform tasks. Anyway, Senju doesn't have much else, so just spend the money. And during this time, Senju Kusanai also spends all day with his wife Kushina, living a happy life of Kushina during the day, 9 tails in the afternoon, and learning ninjutsu at night. In just 1 month, Kushina was found to be happy. Senju Starry Night can only focus on educating a certain 9 who is still stubborn tails. She stared at herself more fiercely. But under the dual control of adamantine sealing chains and wood style, they have no choice but to endure humiliation. Senju Starry Night will only double the punishment back. During this time, as the only bloodline of Senju, after Uzumaki Kushina Yui, Senju Tsunade was also drunk when he drank too much, and wanted to help the revival of the Senju clan. At last, Senju Starry Night wants it. Senju Tsunade really gave. The two also held a wedding, since they are the granddaughter of First Hokage and the elder sister of Senju Kusanai. With the purest Senju blood, Senju Tsunade naturally could not be a concubine, but became a peer wife. On the night when he heard the news, Jiraiya cried so much that he drank a lot of alcohol and got drunk for 3 days and 3 nights. This time, the comforter also changed. Namikaze Minato patted his teacher on the shoulder, saying that there is no grass for Tanya. At least, he had completely cut off any thought of Kushina. And when performing the task, Namikaze Minato also met another girl from the Uzumaki family who was lost outside. The two fell in love with each other and broke away from the ranks of single dogs. Minato, you already have girlfriends. I'm still single in my 30s. I want Senju Starry Night. You really give it to him, Tsunade. Don't stop me, Minato. Only drinking can bring me short-term healing. You sit down and drink with me. Jiraiya's mind is broken. Obviously, his mentality adjustment ability is far inferior to that of his apprentice Namikaze Minato. To this, Namikaze Minato fell silent. When teacher Jiraiya comforted herself before, it was not like this. Certainly, these are all off topic. For Senju Kusanai, today is also a very important day, because his first son is about to be born. Chapter 10s plus level talent Yeezy Tower Battle Spirit 6 paths level pinnacle. Ask for flowers. Konoha Cure, Mori's Senju resident. Accompanied by the arrival of labor, Whirlpool Kushina was also arranged to go to a special place to prepare for labor. Because the time of childbirth is the weakest period of the seal, so Sarutobi Hiruzen, Shimura Danzo, and others were all on the verge of an enemy, and ordered the sealing team to wait outside the Senju garrison. Once 9 tails showed any signs of breaking through the seal, they would immediately go to strengthen the seal. Senju Starry Night and Senju Tsunade, the two waited quietly outside the door, waiting for the first Senju's newborn to be born. But Tsunade is also 8 months pregnant. It is estimated that within 1.5 months at most, Senju's second child will be born. In the delivery room, Konoha's top female medical ninja, who spent a lot of money to hire, also put in 100% of her energy, not only because Senju Kusanai gave a lot of money, but also because Master Kusanai was very handsome. For these female medical ninjas, appearance can really be eaten as a meal, and being handsome means that you can do whatever you want. And they used to think, after Master Kusanai got married, he and others would have no chance. However, in just a month or so, Master Kusanai married Master Tsunade. The Konoha ninjas who saw this scene, not only did not feel disappointed that the other party was bothering, but they were all ecstatic. People also have a chance! Exclamation mark. In order to marry into Senju's wealthy family, all of them put forth their full energy, just to win the favor of Master Kusanai. It doesn't work. It's okay to be a one-night lover. Anyway, since Master Kusanai is so handsome, they are not at a disadvantage. And the other Konoha ninjas fell into the difficulty of finding girlfriends again, and the goddess in their eyes became the dog licking of Senju Starry Night. Whoa. Finally, accompanied by a baby girl crying, Senju's eldest daughter was born. Senju Kusanai and Senju Tsunade walked straight into the delivery room, looking at the pink-carved jade girl who inherited the red hair of the Uzumaki clan. He couldn't help feeling a sense of blood connection. Let alone anything else. Hikari is a descendant of the Senju and Uzumaki clans. It is doomed that this girl has at least a strong resilience and a huge chakra. In a sense, this can be regarded as a family talent. At the same time, prompt sound of multiple blessing system also ringing in the mind of Senju Starry Night. 3 special talents are displayed. Ding! Congratulations on the birth of host's first heir. Drawing special talents. Talent 1, Great Magister. Talent 2, Queen of the Moon. Talent 3, Banner God of War. The level of talent is not shown. Only after completing the talent selection can it be concretely revealed. But look at these 3 talents. Senju Kusanai frowned slightly, as if he didn't understand very well. In the ninja world, does this kind of talent exist? These 3 talents do not seem to be within the scope of the current ninja world, and they should be products of other worlds. No way. In the absence of a reference, Senju Kusanai had to rely on himself to guess and choose. The Great Magister should be similar to the positioning of the remote magician mage, just like a pure ninjutsu ninja. What does Queen of the Moon mean? Queen of the Moon. Battle God Byaku's words sound like a type of melee combat. All of a sudden, Senju Kusanai fell into a state of hesitation. After all, as the eldest daughter of Senju, she is destined to take up the great responsibility of the Senju clan in the future. Naturally, she must choose her talents carefully. After some tangling, Senju Starry Night finally made a decision. Choose talent, Banner God of War, and use the offspring talent to upgrade Dan. With the thoughts falling in my mind, the system is also running for the first time, transforming it into reality. Talent, Banner Fighting God. Level, A+ talent, Beyond Cage Level Peak. The child talent upgrade pill has been used, and the talent level has been improved. Talent, Yeezy Tower Spirit, upgraded. Level, S+ level talent, Peak of 6 Paths level. The talent for completing the upgrade was directly engraved on her eldest daughter, making her born with extremely strong potential. Qualification represents the limit level of the future. Some people's aptitude is Chunin, then if there is no special adventure all his life, he can only be a Chunin. But among the Chunin, there is also a difference in strength. For example, Chunin who mastered Sharingan, and Chunin who mastered Common. Basically the former wins, and Sharingan is the innate talent of the former. The same way, possesses the talent of the Yeezy Tower War Spirit. If you fight against enemies of the same level, the balance of victory will be tilted directly. It's like Common fighting Saint, facing Xiao Huo of the same level who is full of various talents and plugins. He is directly beaten to death by his ass, and killing enemies by leapfrogging is as simple as eating and drinking. Certainly, the premise of all this, it is based on the condition that one's own heir can reach the peak of the 6 paths level with a limit of aptitude. System. Is there any relevant introduction and classification instructions for talents? Yeezy Tower War Spirit, S+ level. It is the second awakening state of mage, focusing on intensive close combat, supplemented by elemental magic, and the burst of extreme potential can obtain infinitely close to the power of an apostle. Great Magister, A+ level. It is the first awakened state of an elementalist, and is the master of the 4 major elemental magics in the world. It has extremely terrifying instant lethality and a super wide range attack ability. Queen of the Moon, A+ level. Summoner is the first awakened state, has the ability to manipulate monsters and elves to fight. They are good at using a large number of beast summoning legions to wipe out opponents, and can summon the clone of the apostle to come. Talent level, E, Genin, D, Chunin, C, Jonin, B, Cage level, A, Super Cage level, S, 6 Paths level, Z, on external level. Chapter 11 Senju Niwu. Mori no Senju's future. Ask for flowers. Talent level. There are 7 grades in total. Among them, the talent of S+ level is almost the existence standing at the top. According to the relevant introduction given by the system, the peak 6 paths level is infinitely close to the power of the apostles, so the so-called apostles should all be Z level talents. I am afraid, see the entire Hokage world. Only the god of Otsutsuki, who devours countless tentails chakra fruits and only exists in theory, can reach the outer level. After the child is born, the Konoha female medical ninja who was in charge of delivering the baby reluctantly left the delivery room. Only Senju Starry Night, Senju Tsunade, Uzumaki Kushina, who just finished production, and this newborn child are left here. Kusanai, it's almost time to give the child a name. This child, let's call him Senju Niwu. Soon, the name popped up in Senju Kusanai's mind. He didn't know that, as the creator of the power method, the name of the girl from the demon world who first completed the awakening of mage in the battle and transformed into the battle god of Byakuya and the battle spirit of Yeezy was also called Niwu. Senju Niwu. Talent, Yeezy Tower Battle Spirit, S+ level, Senju Bloodline, C+ level. Qualification, A+ level, Super Cage level Peak. Due to the mixed blood of Senju and Uzumaki, the effect of Senju blood has been weakened. None of that mattered, though, because compared to a Senju bloodline whose limit is only elite Jonin, it is obvious that the first EC Tower spirit talent is more useful. And Senju Kusanai looked at the limit of his eldest daughter's aptitude. It was also a burst of relief. Possessing an A+ qualification means that he can grow to the level of Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara in the future. This, coupled with the blessing of the S+ level talent EC Tower Battle Spirit, can hang the two of them up and fight in minutes. Even with Super Cage level peak strength, it is not impossible to hard hammer the early 6 paths level. Unfortunately, from the current point of view, the eldest daughter's aptitude is not enough to step into the 6 paths class. Want to fight decades later. The Otsutsuki clan that came to the ninja world is still not safe enough. Obviously just born. But it looks vibrant. A pair of ruby-like eyes, staring at his further closely, stretched out his little hand to grab Senju Kusanai's hair. Really, the gap between people is still very obvious. When the common baby was born, it was probably a burst of crying, and then fell asleep after a while. But a big girl with A+ grade qualifications. At this birth, he has the IQ of other children who are 3 or 4 years old, and the growth rate is estimated to be very amazing. Next door Hatake Kakashi graduated at the age of 5, Chunin at the age of 6, Jonin at the age of 12, has cage level strength at the age of 30, and became Hokage at the age of 31. Ashura's reincarnated Uzumaki Naruto was 13-year-old Genin, defeated Pain at the early stage of Super Cage level at 16. And reached the peak of Super Cage level at 17 to participate in the Ninja War. Entered the initial stage of the 6 paths level. Have no idea. How fast can my eldest daughter grow up? The life force in this child's body. It can only be described as majestic and vigorous, at least hundreds of times that of common babies. As expected of our Senju, coupled with the blood of the Uzumaki family, we will definitely become a strong cage level in the future. Although it is not an heir born by himself. However, these are all descendants of Senju, and Senju Tsunade is naturally smiling. By simple observation, roughly made a judgment. If nothing else, this is another solid cage level strength. Of course, in Senju Tsunade's worldview, cage level is already considered the top group of strength. People with super cage level strength like Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama have been extinct for a long time. As for the advanced 6 paths level, it is a legendary. After all, Sage of 6 paths does not know how many years karma. Senju Kusanai shook his head and said, cage level is only the most basic starting point. Nu's future is not limited to this. Senju Tsunade was a little stunned. Beyond cage level. Senju Kusanai nodded. That's right. Nu will be our Senju's hope for the future. The weak Whirlpool Kushina hugged her daughter and said softly, I don't have too many ideas, as long as Nu can grow up healthy. During childbirth, it is rare that Ninetales did not take advantage of this opportunity to stand up and do something. Therefore, it did not cause any special turmoil. Ding, the talent of the offspring has been determined. Random feedback host corresponding rewards. Congratulations to host, you have obtained the S+ level talent Elemental Holy Spirit. Senju Starry Night. Current strength, early cage level, B. Talent, Senju Bloodline, B. Wood Style, B. Elemental Holy Spirit, S+. Qualification, B level, cage level initial stage. Compared with his own daughter's qualifications, Senju Kusanai looked back at his qualification level, and it was like a pile of defense. Even he doubted it. If there is no comprehensive improvement in physical fitness of the novice spree, my own strength, Senju Bloodline, and Wood Style are probably still at the level of C+, Elite Jonin, which is almost my limit. Cage level early strength. Using the S+ level talent element Holy Spirit. This is an appropriate configuration of Lubu riding a dog. No, in a precise sense, it should be a dog riding Lubu. Cage level strength is considered a dog, and S+ level talent is considered Lubu. Senju Kusanai was silent. This can't give something practical. This talent level is too high, and the scope of its application is a bit small, and it can only be fully utilized after the strength is improved. Just like Xiao Huohuo's realm of Duwang and Duhuang, if you suddenly throw a diamond to him, he can't refine it at all. Fire is practical. Never mind. Something is better than nothing. However, Senju Starry Night still hopes that the system will reward something more real next time. It would be better to directly improve the qualifications, or increase the strength. Compared with the enhancement of talent, I now lack hard power even more. Chapter 12 Kakuzu. It's nice to be able to cut the leeks of Konoha Shinobi again. Ask for flowers. But, while Senju Starry Night is now, it is still unable to fully exert the full power of the S+ level talent element Holy Spirit. However, its passive effect of elemental mystery can greatly increase the affinity for elements, can use elemental magic more efficiently, and increase the power of ninjutsu. 5 conventional ninjutsu of wind, fire, water, earth and mine. Needless to say, I feel that the consumption of wood style has been directly reduced to 20% of the original, and the power has been at least 3 times higher than before. It's easier to build a house. This is the core skill of Senju real estate. The consumption of wood style is reduced, and you can directly build dozens of Senju apartments and commercial buildings with a clap of your hands. The increased power of wood style can improve the quality of apartments and commercial buildings. Originally, it would not be damaged or aged for 50 years. Now, this time can be increased to 100 years. Moreover, the extraction effect of chakra has also been improved from a small amount to a small amount. This is something to ponder over. For an upgraded version of the house, you must pay more, and cut a wave of leeks. 30 square meters common real estate, 200,000 pls. 30 square meters Senju real estate, 1 million pls. 30 square meter upgraded version of Senju real estate, 3 million pls. A ninja real estate owner suddenly showed a knowing smile. Presumably, when Boss Zhao heard the news, he could be so happy that he couldn't sleep for 3 days and 3 nights, and he could go to cut the leeks of the Konoha Shinobi again. So happy. Unfortunately, it's still ninja chaos, and the strength is not enough to open the business to other ninja villages. Otherwise, cutting leeks from Konoha village is not as comfortable as cutting leeks from the entire ninja world. Boss Zhao's goal is to make all the ninjas in the ninja world become house slaves of Senju real estate, and work hard to complete tasks for them all his life. He wants to create a world where there are only house slaves. Okay, to celebrate Niwu's birth, tonight, I will also invite the patriarchs of the Konoha families to come to the Senju residence to celebrate together. Kushina, take good care of your body, and Tsunade, don't be too forceful. After all, it's only a month or so at most, and you're about to give birth. Senju star Yoruichi holds one. Holding his 2 wives in his arms, he said softly, although only the birth of an heir can be rewarded, this does not mean that Senju Kusanai does not value his wife. Heard the news. Whirlpool Kushina and Senju Tsunade both. They also looked at each other involuntarily, and communicated with each other with their eyes, as if they had reached a consensus. Perhaps it's time to take advantage of this opportunity. Give Kusanai a few more concubines to help them share the pressure, and also help Senju's blood to spread out. But you can't just pick a woman to marry in. There must be at least one in terms of appearance, strength, and family background. Among the many families of Konoha, there should be many women of the right age. Last second, Senju Starry Night has just left Mori Senju's residence. In the next second, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo approached directly like sharks smelling fishy. Congratulations, Starry Night. Successfully gave birth to a daughter. My son Asuma has the talent of Hokage. Do you want to make a baby kiss since childhood? Deepen the relationship between us Sarutobi and Senju. He held a bong in his hand, smiling like an old fox. Sarutobi Hiruzen in a white Hokage robe stepped forward and proposed. Only the first sentence of this opening. Just let Senju Kusanai look at this old thing with a look of evil eyes. Your son Asuma has the talent of Hokage. He looks very old, and he will be an elite jonin until his death. He has no hope of stepping into cage-level waste in his life. He also wants to marry his own daughter. Why don't you take a pee? Take care of yourself. The most important is, Sarutobi Asuma is now 11 years old. Senju Niwu was just born. With such a big age gap between the two, Sarutobi Hiruzen, a bitch, is ashamed to open his mouth. The desire to slap him began to stir around the corner. To this, Senju Starry Night is also Kaido, who smiles on the surface but not on the flesh. The Senju Industries funds are tight recently, and the interest on the loan to Konoha may have to be increased from the original 30% to 60%. Please forgive me, Lord Hokage. Sarutobi Hiruzen was choked immediately, and coughed directly on the spot. Don't. I'm just joking, don't take it seriously. Kusanai. Senju Hoshi Yoruichi words almost made Sarutobi Hiruzen's knees go weak, and the whole person almost turned over. Ninja. Basically they follow the rules because of their own strength. They will not plunder the property of common rich people at will. Instead, earn money legally and compliantly by performing tasks to get paid, which can be regarded as the consensus of all regular ninjas. If someone breaks the rules, it is estimated that those rich people will flee to other ninja villages in minutes, and the economy and tax revenue will soon wither. At that time, even the basic task rewards will not be paid out, and the ninjas will not even have enough to eat, so they can only kill and loot, resulting in a deteriorating prosperity. In the end, it will only be in vain for the development of other ninja villages. So, in the face of existing strength and prestige, Konoha Gaku's richest brother lender again. Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't dare to slap him too much, for fear that Senju Kusanai would directly use the economy to play Ben Konoha. Even in the face of Kakuzu, who used to be a ninja, now he can only respectfully call him Boss Horn, begging him for a war loan, and preparing for the upcoming Third Ninja World War. Chapter 13 Third Hokage whose heart is bleeding. Foul Senju property. Ask for flowers. Master Hokage is joking. But I don't have the guts to joke with you. Senju industry has been a little tight recently. That's it. The 10 billion dollars previously loaned to Konoha will be increased to 40% interest. I hope Master Hokage can forgive me a lot. If it's really not possible, I can repay these loans now, so as to save the pain of repaying the loans. Looking at the cowardly Sarutobi Hiruzen, Senju Kusanai did not intend to let him go so easily. He missed his eldest daughter so quickly and wanted to have a political marriage. It is nothing more than planning to use this relationship to annex the Senju industry quietly in the future, and incorporate them all into the Sarutobi family to make their family rise. To this, Senju Kusanai is not used to him either. The interest on the loan was added to him on the spot. Who made him the father of the loan became more and more staring because of the atmosphere of war. The 5 major ninja villages are all preparing for war. Even Konoha Shinobi is no exception. But only rely on taxes and task rewards. This is still somewhat compact. Because Konoha Shinobi lives in the wealthiest area, it must be the most likely to be besieged by the other 4 major ninja villages. With Hatake Moshiro being forced to death by public opinion and Senju Tsunade being pregnant, Konoha has directly lost 2 cage-level masters, and his high-end combat power has directly dropped. So, under unavoidable circumstances, Sarutobi Hiruzen had to go to Senju Bank for a loan and guarantee it in the name of Hokage, and it would definitely be repaid after the war was over. Of course, for the sake of conservatism, Senju Kusanai also used all the land deeds and properties of the Sarutobi family as collateral, and thus lent this sum of money. Once the money is not paid, the Sarutobi family would become impoverished in an instant, fell directly into an ultra-poor family. No, this, a mere 10% annual interest loan, presumably Mr. Hokage won't mind, with a friendly smile on his face. Senju Kusanai said with a smile. He does know, if there is no external interference, this ninja war will take 3 full years, and Sarutobi Hiruzen is preparing for the war with a loan 1 year in advance, which means that 4 years of interest need to be calculated. Loans of 10 billion dollars. 4 years is 160% interest. In other words, wait until the end of the Third Ninja War. Sarutobi Hiruzen needs to repay Senju Bank 26 billion dollars to be able to pay off this debt. No. Don't mind. Sarutobi Hiruzen frowned, said with a bleeding heart. With such a high interest rate, the longer you borrow it, the harder it will be to pay it back. If the war dragged on for a little longer, I'm afraid Konoha Shinobi after the war would all have to work part-time to repay the loans to Senju Bank, and it would take several years to pay off the taxes and task rewards that the whole village would have to pay. Obviously First Hokage Senju Hashirama. It is so simple and kind, directly proposed to give the tail beast to other countries for free. Why is it his grandson's turn to turn into a capitalist's vampire and directly start to suck the marrow? Puff. Seeing the constipated expression of my best friend Nabukage Shimura Danzo couldn't hold back, and laughed out loud. He remembered happy things. Sarutobi, you have to date too. When your Sarutobi family goes bankrupt, I will operate a little bit. Even if it can't pull you down from the position of Hokage, it can still give you a heavy blow. When the time comes, whoever gets the position of 4th Hokage is not certain. Old man with scar, what are you laughing at? Old man with scar? Look under your mouth, isn't there a Nexus scar? What? Do you know who I am? I used to be the elite guard of Lord 2nd Hokage, and now, I know that your Shimura family bought a large detached villa in my Senju real estate, and now you have borrowed 50 million dollars. If you are willing to take the initiative to increase the interest by 10%, then I don't mind. It's just a rumor in front of me. Please don't raise the loan interest. Last second. I also plan to brag about my record and identity. Next second. Shimura Danzo withered decisively. No way. Who let Senju Real Estate monopolize 80% of the real estate of Konoha? Their Shimura family wanted to give the juniors a better development space, so they had to buy a house made of wood style by Senju Starry Night, because it could obtain a small amount of chakra extraction effect. In a sense, this can be regarded as a ninja school district room. They are the Shimura family, not really a super rich family. Therefore, it is still very difficult to get the full payment of the single family villa of Senju Real Estate, so I have to reluctantly accept the 30% interest loan. Until now, the Shimura family has been working hard to repay the loan for 2 years. If there is no accident, according to their earning speed, it will take at least 10 years to fully pay off the loan and interest, and get rid of their status as house slaves. Once influenced by 2nd Hokage, Shimura Danzo's daily saying is, the evil Uchiha. Now, after being exploited many times by a real estate owner, the mantra of this wily man has changed to, Senju Real Estate. It can be seen from this how unforgettable is Senju Real Estate for their squeeze. In just a few years, the scale of Senju Real Estate and Senju Bank has grown to such a large scale, not only relying on the strength of wood style, but also a sincere heart that is dedicated to squeezing all Konoha Shinobi. Senju Starry Night said, don't worry, Konoha is the first, but definitely not the last. In the future, Other ninja villages will follow in the footsteps of house slaves. Correct. Chapter 14. Look at this Uchiha leek. Fat and tender. Ask for flowers. Correct. To celebrate the birth of my daughter, I am going to invite the patriarchs of the major families to participate in the birth banquet tonight. Remember not to forget to bring the gift money with you. You can order as much as you like. I don't value it very much. As if remembering something, Senju Kusanai added another sentence. Hearing this, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo became depressed immediately. We already owed a lot of debt as co-authors, and now we have to pay a large gift money. As for saying the gift money that Senju Kusanai said is optional, it's fine to just listen to it. If it's true, people will dare to wear small shoes for you behind your back. Foul Senju property. This kid. Why does this dog not leave the village all day long? Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo, who owed a large debt. Now only think about when this kid will leave the village, and then kill him directly, so that there is a chance not to repay the large debt. Sure, the old man will definitely participate. Although I want to kill Senju star Yoruichi 100 times in my heart. But, on the surface, he dared not show any performance. Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo can only force smiles now. I dare not say anything more. I'm afraid that if I say a few more words, the vampire Senju Kusanai will be able to suck up all the little money they have left. Seeing these two old men with bad stomachs retreated, Senju Kusanai also ordered Kakuzu, the chief financial officer, to notify the heads of the major families of Konoha to come to the banquet, and at the same time invited some civilian ninjas funded by Senju's industry. Night. Mori Senju resident, with the birth of the eldest daughter of the Senju clan. The news quickly spread throughout Konoha, causing quite a stir. Without any exaggeration, the son of Senju born in the Starry Night has even greater influence than the current Hokage, who made the current Senju industrialist great, affecting almost every aspect of Konoha. After receiving the invitation letter from Boss Zhao, the patriarchs of Konoha's various families also gave enough face and came with a generous gift. Sarutobi clan, Shimura clan, Hyuga clan, Yamanaka clan, Nara clan, Akamaki clan, the Inuzuka clan, the Abiram clan, and the Kurama clan. Even the Uchiha clan, who have always been at odds with Senju, Uchiha Fugaku, the head of the clan, was also urged by many elders to congratulate him with his nose pinched. Families big and small. There are 30 or 40 in total, but many of them are small and unknown families. The Sarutobi family, gift money 3 million tals. 3 volumes of B-level ninjutsu. The Shimura family, gift money 2 million tals. 1 volume of B-level ninjutsu. The Hyuga clan, gift money 5 million tals. A volume of A-level ninjutsu seized on the battlefield. The Inuzuka clan, gift money of 500,000 tals. A meticulously bred ninja dog. Have to say, the big families in Konoha are really rich. It's just a birth gift, but it can be accompanied by so much gift money. Senju Kusanai said that he is still not hard enough to cut leeks, and he must concentrate on learning and comprehend a deeper way of cutting leeks. Boss Zhao was also very happy to see the boxes of money being delivered. He had no other hobbies in his life, only love money. The face of their own boss is really big enough. These families are rushing to send money to the door one by one, for fear that the delivery will be slow. Not only that, but also more or less got some bonus gifts. Some are ninjutsu scrolls, some are ninja dogs, some are gold, silver and jewelry. To this, Senju Starry Night and Kakuzu. That's all comers are not rejected, first accept and then talk. Although today's Senju is not very short of money, and the family heritage is also very deep, but the more money and ninjutsu scrolls, the better. Who would dislike more? Even if one's own children don't learn it in the future, they can also use it to support civilian ninjas, in exchange for their support. No. The dignified Uchiha clan actually took 5 million tals and a scroll of A-level fire-style ninjutsu. Is this the level? When a gift money person, when it was replaced by the head of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Fugaku. By simply scanning the gift money of the other party, Kakuzu can almost judge a rough number, and immediately turned into a disgusted face. The other party sent a lot. But, boss said, Uchiha and Senju don't deal with them. If you can cheat them, then go ahead and do it. Anyway, they don't even have a cage-level strongman now. So just ravage them casually. I just want to ride on your heads to shit and shit. There are several cage levels on my side who come to martial arts, and I'm not good on my side who came to text. Ye's richest man. Uchiha Fugaku immediately protested. Hey, this is 5 million tals, plus A-level fire-style ninjutsu, and experienced the cultivation of Senju Starry Night. Kakuzu, who has been reborn and initially mastered the skill of cutting leeks, also said slowly. The Hyuga clan next door took a full 10 million tals, and they also gave 2 A-level ninjutsu scrolls as a gift. Uchiha, who is the largest clan in Konoha, is this brave? Look at this Uchiha leek, so fat and tender. Kakuzu takes advantage of the information gap. Knowing Uchiha Fugaku who just arrived, I don't even know how much gift money the Hyuga clan gave, and Hyuga he or she will not come over to tell you on purpose. After all, Japanese Xian Uchiha is also considered a competitive relationship. So, Kakuzu directly backhanded a super double. Either you just obediently admit that Uchiha is not as good as Hyuga, and take this gift money. Either you will be taken for a ride and double the gift money directly, or you can take out more gift money to fight back. Anyway, no matter what, both Senju Starry Night and Kakuzu can't lose money. Chapter 15 Senju's Civilian Ninja. Come to congratulate, ask for flowers? Uchiha Fugaku slowly typed out a bunch of question marks. Number. People of the Hyuga family. Is there something wrong with my brain? Or is it that I have so much money that I have no place to spend it, and I gave so much gift money? A total of 10 million tals, plus 2 A-level ninjutsu scrolls. This gift, even rich and powerful as the top 3 Uchiha clan in Konoha, they can't help but feel a pain in the flesh. They gave too much, enough to buy a Senju villa. However, each family has its own difficulties. The Uchiha clan is financially tight, not as good as the Hyuga clan. This is also a very normal thing. I understand you, don't be too forced. Boss Zhao had a smiling tone, looking at the Uchiha patriarch who was caught in a tangled state in front of him. He added a fire to him. By the way, if this is the kind of old man in his 40s or 50s, he probably won't be able to fool him. But this has just succeeded. Uchiha Fugaku, who is only in his 20s, is not easy to deal with, who made the Uchiha clan naturally competitive and arrogant. Here Kakuzu's wave of additional damage. The young and energetic Uchiha Fugaku immediately decided to give Uchiha a sigh of relief. Who said we Uchiha are inferior to the Hyuga clan? Give me 12 million tals of gift money, plus 2 scrolls of A-level ninjutsu and 2 scrolls of B-level ninjutsu. Buddha fights for a stick of incense, and people fight for breath. Uchiha Fugaku stepped up the stakes decisively and decided to increase the gift money. Just a few words. Earning 7 million tals in blood, 1 volume of A-level ninjutsu and 2 volumes of B-level ninjutsu. It couldn't be easier. Boss Zhao said that the method of cutting leeks taught by his boss is indeed very easy to make money, and he can easily earn a large sum of money with just a few words. A passing Hyuga Hishi. Immediately, he gave Uchiha Fugaku a look of being taken advantage of. This guy. Could it be a sand sculpture? After being tricked by others, he still looks smug, feeling that he has maintained Uchiha's majesty. What are you looking at? Haven't you seen the wealth of our Uchiha clan? Uchiha Fugaku, don't pay attention to the gift money of your Hyuga clan. Alright, you are the best. You are the most powerful. To this, Hyuga Hishi praised perfunctorily. They are of the Hyuga family, although they also have a good background. However, I will definitely not be taken advantage of by this person. I added so many bargaining chips in a few words. Isn't it good to use this money to buy a large flat floor of Senju real estate? If Senju Kusanai knew what Hyuga Hishi was thinking at the moment, he would feel very relieved. This explains my own ninja school district room. It's already showing results. Many ninjas don't want to do other things even if they have spare money. Instead, I want to buy a school district house and work hard to contribute to Senju real estate. These high-minded leeks are really gratifying. Senju Kusanai also understands why the real estate boss in the previous life was able to earn so much money. At the very least, he had to buy land, buy materials, and hire workers. For him, he just clapped his hands and made it. For every 10 Senju properties, an average of 2 meals of rice are consumed. It can almost be said to be a costless transaction. Sorry, I'm late. Oh. I didn't expect Master Kusanai to marry a wife and have children. This is youth. This is the inheritance of hope for young people. It's a pity that I'm getting old. After the arrival of the patriarchs of Konoha's major families, then came the civilian ninjas who had received Senju's favor, and they also came to celebrate the birth of the eldest daughter of Senju Starry Night. Certainly, their family situation is not very good. Therefore, Senju Starry Night does not intend to collect their gift money, as long as people can come to share their popularity. In the middle, able to see many familiar faces, new generation cage-level powerhouse, Gold Flash Namikaze Minato. He brought the girl from the Uzumaki family who he met by accident and fell in love with him to the banquet together. At only 12 years old, he's already Jonan's Hatake Kakashi. After his father Hatake Mozuo committed suicide, the Hatake family was almost reduced to a commoner family, and the investment at this time undoubtedly had the greatest return. Now the elder of the two dynasties, as a 10,000 years genin, Kosuke Maruishi possesses quasi-cage level strength. This is a low-key figure similar to Konoha Sweeping Monk. Known as the strongest physical ninja in Konoha today, Chenbo-jun also possesses quasi-cage level strength. Its unique move is Konoha Dragon God, which can be regarded as the representative of civilian ninjas. Certainly, naturally, it is also indispensable. Might Dai and Might Guy are father and son. Although Might Dai's qualifications are indeed not very good, and he is only at the level of elite Chunin in his 30s, but his self-created 8-inner gates technique, after fully opening the 8 gates, can also temporarily improve the strength of 2 major levels, reaching the cage level peak field. So that the titular genin kicked out the 7 ninja swordsmen directly on the spot, and only 3 of them fled. In comparison, Might Guy, The son who already has the strength of Chunin at the age of 12, obviously possesses a better physical talent. He even kicked Night Guy directly in the future, almost kicking the Six Paths Madara at the beginning of the Six Paths class to death. Certainly, this is all desperate play. Moreover, looking at the entire ninja world, I am afraid that the only ones who can cultivate 18 gates to the level above the 6th gate are this father and son who are pure physique madmen. The above few people are the backbone of civilian ninjas. As for other civilian ninjas, it can only support the strength of the bottom layer. In the case of limited space, there is only a blessing from afar. Welcome everyone. Come to the birth party of the eldest daughter of our Senju. Chapter 16. What's wrong with being a dog? I like being Kakuzu. Ask for flowers. Konoha Shinobi, Mori's Senju resident. Tonight, it seemed extraordinarily noisy and lively. Regardless of whether the relationship with the Senju clan is good or not, in the face of today's super-rich landlords, plus Senju Kusanai, the leader of Senju real estate, everyone has to give this face. Otherwise, what if the house is not sold to you? Although Senju properties are only able to provide trace chakra extraction effects. However, the accumulation of a little makes a lot. 10 or 20 years of long-term practice, which is enough to take a big step ahead of other ninjas. If this advantage is missing for a family, the impact is undoubtedly very large, and it may even be overtaken by other families. That's why Ming and the Senju clan are at odds. Uchiha Fugaku also had to pinch his nose to congratulate him. Although the relationship between the two parties is not very good, but the Uchiha family wants to buy a house to give themselves money. Senju Starry Night can't help but make money. At most they will secretly add 20% of the price to you. Make money, not shabby, huh? Is there something wrong? Didn't I ask you to invite the patriarchs of the major families of Konoha? Why are there so many female ninjas here? Senju Kusanai sat on the main seat. At a glance, almost every family patriarch brought 4 or 5 female ninjas. The looks are at least upper middle class. The older one is in his early 20s, and the younger one is only 15 or 16 years old. What is this for? To bribe him? An old cadre heard the words, treasurer of Kakuzu. He also immediately opened his mouth to help explain. Actually, this matter was ordered by the 2 ladies. Boss, it's definitely not enough to rely on your 2 wives to spread your branches and leaves, so take advantage of this opportunity. The 2 wives also asked me to inform the patriarchs of the major families to bring in women of the right age from the clan. If you are interested in the boss, you can take a few more concubines. This kind of thing. It must be explained clearly. Although Kakuzu is a cage-level powerhouse, he is now Senju's chief financial officer. If he doesn't make it clear, it will become something he does on his own initiative, and it will inevitably attract the displeasure of the boss. If he leaves Senju, where can he enjoy this kind of counting money until his hands cramp? Good day. Now, Kakuzu has been completely confused by money. Even if the future Xiao organization comes to the door, they don't take it seriously. With this little money, is it enough for my boss to go out in person? Relying on the financial management ability of our corner boss. Money begets money, profit begets profit. Joining forces with Senju Real Estate, which is making a lot of money, it can be described as a super money-absorbing machine. This is not an example. Senju Kusanai nodded slightly, and said, Boss. Zhao nodded again and again, as long as the boss doesn't hold him accountable. He hated the job. Think back then. He, Kakuzu, is so passionate. 1 person and 1 kitchen knife. He directly kills Takian village, and even dares to throw a shuriken at First Hokage from 800 miles away. However, now he has become a humble wage earner, and he can't help but lament that good fortune has made people fool. But, the corner boss said, when there is something wrong with the dog, he wants to have a showdown with those people now. It is an honor for him, Kakuzu, to be a dog of boss. Master Kusanai, wait a moment. What's wrong? That's when Senju Starry Night entertains guests. The patriarch of the Inuzuka clan also took the lead in launching the offensive, bringing the female ninjas of the family up on the spot. Don't look at the Senju of Senju now. There are only a few people, but the power remains the same as before. Do not know either those who abandon the Senju surname and integrate into the people. At this moment, will you regret that you left Senju, a towering tree, too early? But it's no use regretting. To leave is to leave. Senju Kusanai, as the patriarch of Senju, will definitely not give them a chance to regret medicine. For those who want to recognize their ancestors, they will just kick them out. How far is it? How far to go? So, if you want to hold your thighs, you have to take advantage of your thick skin now. Otherwise, there would be 30 or 40 families present, and they would not even be able to drink soup if they move too slowly. The girls of our Inuzuka clan have admired Master Kusanai for a long time. You see, our Senju needs a new population, but I don't want to buy and sell by force. The melon that is twisted is not sweet. Senju Kusanai said lightly. What is my identity and status, if people are not willing to force it over? Isn't this adding trouble to his safe harem? No, 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 of course there is no element of forced buying and selling in it. Master Kusanai, you have underestimated your own reputation. How many of the female ninjas in Konoha Shinobi don't want to marry you? The patriarch of the Inuzuka clan is telling the truth when he asked if anyone wanted to be Senju Kusanai's concubine and draw in the relationship between the two clans. That level of enthusiasm. His jaw dropped in shock. Not only are all school-aged girls eager to sign up, but there are even many married young women who are just around the corner. It doesn't matter if they are concubines, they don't care. This scene. The patriarch of the Inuzuka clan looked envious and jealous. He married a wife. If he wanted to secretly take a concubine, he would be beaten up by the tigress at home, and he would be disgusted by others and could only become a concubine. Look at Senju Starry Night, who openly and blatantly accepts concubines. None of Ninetales Jinchuriki's Vortex Kushina and cage-level Senju Tsunade objected, and there are many young girls scrambling for the first time, for fear that they will not be able to grab the concubiness position. The gap between people is too big, right? Exclamation mark. Eyes are red with envy. Chapter 17 Uchiha Fugaku who broke the defense on the spot. You give it for nothing. Ask for flowers. Oops. He was preempted by this old fox. Grass. The attack is really f-king fast. Do you want to preemptively strike? No, I can't fall behind either. Senju, a towering tree, has to be embraced as soon as possible. Watching the preemptive attack of the head of the Inuzuka clan, the rest of the family patriarchs, immediately, something was wrong in my heart. Originally, I thought you were an honest person when I saw your thick eyebrows and big eyes, but I didn't expect you to secretly hold back your bad intentions, planning to make a move at this time. Immediately, the patriarchs of the rest of the families couldn't care less about face. One by one, they stepped forward and began to sell young girls from their own families. Among them, there is also the existence of the Hyuga clan. Originally, the Hyuga family paid great attention to bloodlines, and they didn't want their eyes to wander outside. They even set up a special seal called Caged Bird. But Senju's bloodline is not bad. In addition, the other party is the big boss of Senju real estate. The elders of the Hyuga tribe made a total decision and immediately decided to send the granddaughter of the great elder Hyuga to Senju Kusanai, and they would not suffer anyway. In the future, a child with both Senju and Hyuga blood was born. The great elder Hyuga can also see his great-grandson/great-granddaughter and enjoy the family happiness in his old age. Wouldn't it be beautiful? HMPH, a bunch of licking dogs. The Hyuga clan has also fallen, and even took the initiative to send a woman to Senju. I am the Uchiha clan, and I don't want to be with them. Although jealous teeth itch. However, Uchiha Fugaku also crossed his arms and said stiffly, in many families, that is, only the Uchiha family has no intention of marrying. Only Uchiha Mikoto followed. This is the white moonlight in Uchiha Fugaku's heart, and he has always wanted to chase her. However, with the birth of Senju Starry Night, his ideas have been in vain, and he has not caught up with the goddess in his heart. Even, under the urging of the clan elders, he had no choice but to marry a random Uchiha female ninja. Birth of the first child, Uchiha Itachi. But, in the eyes of Uchiha Fugaku, even with a wife and son, it is far inferior to my unrequited first love. Even if Uchiha Mikoto is willing to marry himself, he could kick his current wife and son away on the spot. This is the self-cultivation of a dog licking. What can't be obtained will always be a commotion. Mikoto, look at this Senju Starry Night who is so philandering. It doesn't look like a good guy at first glance. Let's go. I think this is a responsible performance. After all, they are also for the revival and rise of Senju. This is what a patriarch should do. Uchiha Fugaku took flax on the spot. What's the situation? Then Senju Kusanai is obviously trying to find a concubine. How did it get in your eyes? Has it become an act of responsibility? Exclamation mark. No, I proposed to marry a concubine at the beginning, but I was scolded bloody by the clan elders, and even spurned by countless Konoha female ninjas. I felt that I was a scum patriarch. Why did I change to the plot of Senju Starry Night is reversed? Exclamation mark. This unscientific. Actually, my girlfriend, Kushina, has always said that Mr. Kusanai has too much energy at night. She can't handle it alone, and has already invited me to marry Senju, being a companion with her. Lift your hair, Uchiha Mikoto said softly with gentle words. She fell in love with Senju Kusanai a long time ago, but this is her best friend Kushina's boyfriend, so she can only keep this feeling in her heart, and dare not show it, for fear of destroying her relationship with Kushina friendship. Certainly, even if there is no chance with Senju Starry Night, she also won't give Uchiha Fugaku any chance to pursue, and she originally planned to die alone like this. But, the development of things also took a sudden turn. When Uchiha Kushina said that he wanted to share the Senju Starry Night with him, Uchiha Mikoto was undoubtedly moved. This is also the reason why he offered to go to the banquet tonight. Wait, Mikoto, could you agree? Uchiha Fugaku swallowed hard. The patriarch of the Uchiha clan felt so heavy in his heart at this moment that even his words became trembling. Certainly, I actually liked Starry Night a long time ago. Uchiha Mikoto stood up, headed towards Kushina who was waving at him. This quota. In fact, it has already been decided. Whether it's Uchiha Mikoto's figure and appearance, or she is Kushina's best friend, Senju Kusanai has no reason to refuse. Isn't there a saying that is good, girlfriends are of one mind, and their benefits cut through gold? Senju Starry Night will give it a try. What is the strength of this pair of good girlfriends working together? No. Wait, you can't do this. Mikoto, lick the dog. Uchiha Fugaku broke the defense immediately. My own white moonlight. I would rather be someone else's concubine than marry myself. It made him almost gnaw his back molars into pieces. The revenge of taking his wife is irreconcilable. From then on, Konoha Shinobi has one more sad person. Namikaze Minato quickly got out of this shadow, but Jiraiya is still autistic after 8 or 9 months. However, now Jiraiya also has a hard-working good friend Uchiha Fugaku. I am sorry for your loss. Some dull drinking Jiraiya. Seeing guys who have had the same experience as me. The mood instantly improved a lot. Ha ha ha. It's really interesting to watch other licking dogs break their defenses. Drunk Jiraiya stepped forward and patted a broken Uchiha Fugaku on the shoulder, saying that there is nothing that tons and tons of drinking can't solve. If there is, then drink 2 more jars until you get drunk. Chapter 18:5 Concubines. Special benefits of Senju properties. Ask for flowers. Finally, among the 30 or 40 families in Konoha Shinobi, Senju Kusanai selected 5 girls with good looks, fair strength, and decent family background, and decided to take them as concubines. They are, Uchiha Mikoto, 24 years old, Jonin, gentle wife type. Hyuga Sagiri, 16 years old, a leech Yunin, soft and cute Lilai type. Inuzu Kashiwa, 18 years old, a leech Yunin, black silk royal sister type. Yamanaka Yinglai, 16 years old, Chunin, Tsundere girl type. Kurama Hui, 16 years old, Chunin, 3 no girl type. As for the Sarutobi family and the Shimura family, there are no good-looking ninjas in these 2 families. Moreover, the relationship between Senju Kusanai and Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo is not very good. He doesn't want to have an extra spy by his side. If he endangers his heirs in the future, it will be troublesome. Most of the Nara family are boys. The vast majority of the Akamiki clan are fat. The Abiram family likes to play with bugs all day long. Senju Kusanai had no choice but to eliminate them one by one. After all, he likes a plump figure, but he doesn't like the kind of tiger tank that can knock himself into the air at once and covered in bugs. It is estimated that only the perverts of the Abiram clan like this type. Kusanai, you really don't think about it. We female ninja of the Sarutobi clan? No, I'm not interested. Let's talk about it later. Cast a glance. The face of the other party is somewhat similar to that of a monkey. Senju Kusanai resisted the nausea, and quickly refused. You Sarutobi family love monkeys. It can't grow so much like a monkey. It's like the evolution is not complete. Could it be that this stinky old man deliberately stuffed it in to make him disgusted? Senju Starry Night can't afford this blessing. Chosen girl. Naturally, there was a happy look on his face. The girls who were not selected were dejected one by one, looking very disappointed. Correct. In view of the Hyuga, Inuzuka, Yamanaka, Kurama families, I am married to Senju, so I licensed them to enjoy a 10% discount from relatives when they buy Senju real estate in the future. Kakuzu, I will leave this matter to you. Remember to register. The patriarchs of the major families. They are also active in sending women of the right age in the family. Naturally, Senju Starry Night would not treat them badly, and directly gave them preferential policies for buying houses, intending to give them a wave of sweet dates and stimulate a wave of consumption by the way. Follow me, boss. Treasurer Kakuzu Shinshenkaido. Little things. Kinship benefits. This is common in many places. Because the Vortex Kushina was exterminated, Kumin was alone and had no affection for other members of the Uzumaki family who were wandering outside. So no one in the Uzumaki family enjoyed this benefit. Senju Tsunade was originally a member of Senju Mori. There are only 2 people left in the whole family, and no one can enjoy this benefit. But Hyuga, Inuzuka, Yamanaka, Kurama. This big family, 3 middle-class families. I still attach great importance to the benefits announced by Senju Starry Night. A 10% discount. If you buy a small Senju villa on average, you can save more than 1 million pils. This is a bloody profit. Great. It seems that sending a girl into marriage is effective. And this deal is not a loss. 1 blood building earns more than 1 million yuan, 2 blood buildings earn 2 to 3 million yuan, and 10 buildings earn 2 to 30 million pils. The Hyuga family has made a lot of money now. There are a lot of people in their clan and branch houses. This wave of large-scale house purchases, I don't know how much money they can save. One family can top the purchase needs of the Inuzuka, Yamanaka, and Kurama families. Hiss. As expected of our Konoha clan, it's so terrifying. It's a pity that the girl from our family has not been favored, otherwise I might have bought a few sets. The patriarchs of the major families in Konoha Shinobi are also talking about it. Let Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo listen to it, and they can't help but feel a burst of excitement. Senju real estate. It's so lucrative. A certain financial manager was speechless when he heard the speech of these leeks. Is there something wrong with his 3 views? Or the brains of these Konoha Shinobi people are not good? When the boss clapped his hands, It was a dozen Senju commercial houses, apartment buildings, or large villas. The average consumption is only 2 bowls of rice. The price of a small villa is around 10 million to 30 million tals. The price of a large villa is around 50 million to 500 million tals, depending on the level of luxury. They thought they saved 10% of the price, and they made a lot of money in this wave of blood, but they didn't know that Senju Kusanai, who is a real estate owner, directly made a lot of money. The money is gone. Superficial price cuts, but actually a wave of promotions. It seems that the small coffers of Hyuga, Inuzuka, Yamanaka, and Kurama that have been stored for hundreds of years are going to be spent again. Kakuzu silently prayed for this group of leeks, hoping that they can persist for a while. Not fair. It's not fair. Our Uchiha family is also married, so why don't we have a discount? Alcoholic and cowardly. His own white moonlight has thrown himself into the arms of others. Uchiha Fugaku, who was directly defeated, immediately stood up and said forcefully, "You can take away the woman I like, but you still don't want to give them the Uchiha family a discount on housing prices. This is simply intolerable." Today, Uchiha Fugaku was about to stand up. Let everyone see, the real men of their Uchiha clan are definitely not so easy to mess with. He won't swallow his anger and be a green turtle coward. Unless, you can also give me a set of room rate discounts. This is a matter of principle. Chapter 19. Jiraiya, would like to call you the strongest licking dog. Ask for flowers. Okay. For Mikoto's sake, a 5% discount for you Uchiha clan. Senju Kusanai waved his hand and said calmly. He thought that Uchiha Fugaku, who had lost his first love, would stand up to a duel with him like a man, but he didn't expect it to be this level. What a big deal. Originally the Uchiha family purchased the price. It's 120% of the normal price. Now it's reduced to 115% for you. Isn't it sincere enough? And, as a qualified real estate agent, shared area, 1 price per room, private negotiation, high price and low price decoration, etc. This kind of money-making routine, Senju Starry Night, is very precise. The discounted price of 5% can be easily made up from other places. What? Exclamation mark. You said why the building area is 100 square meters, but the interior area is only 50 square meters? Public stalls. Do you know what a public stall area is? And how much is shared? It's all up to the Senju Star Yoruichi who built the house. I will cut you 50% directly. You have nothing to say. You can only blame your luck. More than 40%. Sorry. But there is no rule in Ninja World that the shared area cannot exceed 30%, which is illegal. And 1 room, 1 price is discussed in private, so there is no need to say anything. The same suite can be sold at different prices. You can save a little bit of money if you know how to do it. But if you don't blame the Senju real estate sales for killing you. People with home buying experience, they will always ask people who specialize in bargaining to help them bargain on the sales side. The Uchiha family are basically arrogant people, and they don't look down on those people at all, so they are often the most taken advantage of. They are regarded as big fat sheep by the sales of Senju real estate, and they are very happy when they cut leeks. Naturally, there is no need to say more about high-cost expenses and low-cost decoration. This kind of hardcover room is more profitable. Can you really get a 5% discount? Heard the words. Real man Uchiha Fugaku couldn't help but trembled. Damn, he was just mentioning it casually at first, but he didn't expect that there was really a discount. After all, the relationship between the Senju family and the Uchiha family is very bad. Even if Senju Kusanai and Uchiha Mikoto are married, it is unlikely that he will allow them to enjoy this benefit. Did not expect. There was even a surprise. Of course. Senju Starry Night, never lie. The price is discounted for you. But behind the scenes, we will directly increase the pool area for you, or offer a higher price than the original one. These methods are enough to kill the Uchiha clan. There is no budding ninja world in this estate. Senju Starry Night can almost be said to be a big boss. No one can shake his status as the boss of real estate. Wood style is the #1 in greening and building houses in the world. Why? Another wave of leeks will be harvested. This is really a pain in the head. How come there are always people who will take the initiative to give money at every turn? Okay, for the sake of the discount, Uchiha Fugaku, will not bother you. I just hope you can be a little gentler on Mikoto. Generation Patriarch Uchiha Fugaku. In the end, he still didn't have the confidence, so he directly turned the table with Senju Kusanai and confronted him on the spot. Moreover, the famous licking dog quotations was also issued. Everyone trademark was shocked for 10,000 years. No, you Uchiha Fugaku are too cowardly. Jiraiya said, I would like to call you the #1 licking dog in the ninja world, and your skills are even higher than mine. A month's time. Fleeting. After Senju Niwu's birth banquet, Senju Starry Night also held a simple wedding ceremony. It is also officially married 5 girls, Uchiha Mikoto, Hyuga Sagiri, Inuzu Kashiwa, Yamanaka Eri, and Kuruma Megami. Uchiha Mikoto and Uzumaki Kushina are good girlfriends. Hyuga Sagiri is soft and cute, timid, and very easy to make people want to bully. Shiwa Inuzuka likes wearing black silk pantyhose. Tsunade and poisonous tongue equals Yamanaka Yinglai, who is rich in theoretical knowledge. And 3 expressionless, contrasting girlfriend Kurama Megami. Happy here, don't miss Shu. And under the room rate discount at Senju Starry Night. The 5 big families Uchiha, Hyuga, Inuzuka, Yamanaka, and Kurama also launched a house buying craze one by one for the 5% and 10% discount on house prices. They wished to buy all the houses in Senju real estate. To this, Boss Zhao was immediately overjoyed. That's right, your families have made a lot of money, and our Senju real estate has exploded. Seeing a lot of money pouring into Senju Bank every day, Boss Zhao is also living a happy life every day. As the eldest daughter, Senju is also growing rapidly. Talk for 3 days, will walk for a week. He can run and jump in 1 month, no different from other 3 or 4-year-old children. At the beginning, Kushina was worried that Senju would be injured or something, but after feeling her majestic vitality, she felt that her worries were a bit unnecessary. But for Senju Starry Night, the most important thing is his second heir. That is, Senju Tsunade, who is in a state of pregnancy, is about to give birth. Chapter 28 Plus Level Talent. Sun God Nika. Senju Luffy. Ask for flowers. Were accompanied by the sonorous baby boy crying. The second son of Senju Starry Night was also born. This time is a boy. When the delivery was over and Senju Kusinai walked straight into the delivery room, the notification sound of multiple blessing form also sounded. Ding. Congratulations on the birth of host's second heir. Drawing special talents. Talent 1, Flame of Death Chi, Rain Attribute. Talent 2, Curse of Kazan. Talent 3, Sun God Nika. 3 brand new talents were revealed in front of Senju Starry Night. There is nothing to tangle with the choice this time, because just looking at the prefixes of these names is enough to make the right choice. Whether it is the Flame of Death there is or is the Curse of Kazan, it sounds like the third talent. Sun God Nika is awesome. Although the sun gods of Otherworld are various, there are many types, and their strengths are also divided into strengths and weaknesses, but no matter what you say, with the name of the sun god, you can't be weak. Just like the sun in the ninja world, the god is Amaterasu. Choose talent. Sun God Nika. Accompanied by the selection of Senju Starry Night. The system is also running for the first time, turning it into reality. Talent. Sun God Nika. Level. A+ talent. Beyond cage level peak. Talent introduction. Possess the world's most nonsensical power. No matter where you go, you will make people smile. You can assimilate the objects you touch into rubber, and you also have the tenacious vitality that will stand up no matter how many times you are knocked down. Resilience. When in the awakened state, you can get a high level of wrist strength and freedom. The hair and clothes become white, the hair becomes like a flame, and the steam streamers wrap around the neck and underarms like 4 gears. The sound of the heartbeat will also be turned into a drum of liberation. As long as you hear the sound of the drum, you will regain your strength, just like an immortal body. Introduction to other talents. Flame of Death Chi. Rain Attribute, C grade. The fire of life contained in the human body has the effect of calming everything down. Curse of Kazan, C+ level. After the death of Kazan, the god of destruction, the curse carried by the wandering soul infects people with ghost hands, which greatly increases their strength and speed, but they cannot maintain their sanity and will behavior beyond your control. Advanced talent. Watching an emergence of 3 talent introductions, Senju Kusinai couldn't help heaving a sigh of relief. Fortunately the sun god of Otherworld didn't pull his hips. Although it is not as good as his eldest daughter Senju Niwu's S+ level talent, Yeezy Tower War Spirit, but the A+ level talent is already awesome enough. After all, strictly speaking, Senju Tsunade's status and strength must be above the world of Kushina. The offspring that she and Kushina can give birth to should be the most penultimate among all her offspring, unless Otsutsuki Kaguya, who has 6 paths level strength, will give birth to her own children in the future. Otherwise, Senju Starry Night is really unexpected. Looking at the entire ninja world, there is no female ninja who can compare with Senju Tsunade in terms of status, strength, and appearance. In terms of status, she is the granddaughter of First Hokage and the princess of the Land of Fire. In terms of strength, she has cage-level strength. In terms of appearance, Senju Tsunade naturally doesn't need to say much, otherwise Jiraiya wouldn't have been secretly in love for so many years. It's a boy. This child, let's call it Senju Luffy. Holding their second child, Senju Kusinai chose the most suitable name for him. In the near future, he may be able to become Nu's best support and lead the Senju family to grow and develop all the way. Senju Luffy. Talent, Sun God Nika, A+, Senju Bloodline, B. Qualification, A+ level, Super Cage level peak. Really? The children of myself and Tsunade are not much different in aptitude, and belong to the same level of existence as Nu. If he hadn't used the child talent upgrade pill himself, I'm afraid Luffy's comprehensive talent level would be higher than that of Niwu. After all, Senju Tsunade is of the orthodox Senju bloodline. After combining with oneself, The Senju blood that the offspring can obtain is also the purest, and can reach the B-level level. As for the Whirlpool family, although they are close relatives with Senju, they are still somewhat different. Therefore, Senju Niwu only have C+ grade Senju blood. If they have children with other families, it is estimated that the effect of Senju blood will continue to be diluted. This is also impossible. Ding, the talent of the offspring has been determined. Random feedback host corresponding rewards. Congratulations to host, you have obtained the A+ level summoning beast Pterodactyl Pterosaur. Through the reverse summoning technique, you can go to the Holy Land, Dragon Valley. In the dark, Senju Tsunade felt that he seemed to have an inexplicable connection with some powerful existence. It can be summoned only by consuming a certain amount of chakra. Assist yourself in the fight. Summoning the beast. It is a powerful combat power summoned by signing a contract. Like Hokaimaru's snake, Tsunade's katsu, Jiraiya's toad, Kakashi's dog, Might's turtle, Sarutobi Hiruzen's ape demon, Uchiha Madara's tailed beast. In the past, Senju summoning beast. The vast majority use the katsu from Shibone Forest. However, looking at the entire Senju clan, only Senju Hashirama and Senju Tsunade were able to get Katsu's approval and sign a contract, and Tsunade was unable to practice the sage mode of the Wet Bones Forest due to lack of talent. Chapter 21 Holy Land, Dragon Valley. Luffy the brat who loves to die, ask for flowers. But now, it gave Senju a new choice. If you want to talk about the 3 holy lands of summoning beasts in the ninja world, they are Mount Myoboku, Dragon Snake Cave, and Wet Bone Forest. There is a lot of natural energy in it. The strongest batch of summoning beasts has also been born, and you can learn Sage Mode here to gain stronger power. This is definitely the dream place of countless ninjas. Only, the Mount Myoboku toad is a bit pervert and likes to make you eat bugs. The snakes in the Dragon Snake Cave eat the contractors at every turn, and those who are not strong are basically swallowed. Katsu of Wetbone Forest also has higher requirements for choosing a contractor, otherwise, only Senju Hashirama and Senju Tsunade would be able to sign. Now, Holy Land. The emergence of Dragon Valley. It gave Senju a new choice. It is not necessary to choose the Wet Bone Forest with strong healing ability. I also have a second holy place. The dragons in it are basically fighting types. Compared with the auxiliary Katsu, the effect of boosting is obviously more significant. Holding the contract scrolls of the 2 holy places of Wet Bone Forest and Dragon Valley. This is a family heritage. What's the matter, Starry Night? Nothing, I just remembered a happy thing. Facing Senju Tsunade's inquiry, Senju Tsunade also pinched her soft little face and said, although he is no longer a new father, but how could it not be happy to have a penultimate heir today and also get a Holy Land level contract scroll? The only pity is that I have mediocre qualifications. Even Tsunade can't satisfy Shitbone's Sage Mode practice. With his B-level aptitude, Senju Tsunade felt that if he wanted to master the Sage Mode of Dragon Nest, it would be as difficult as reaching the sky. Wrong. It's not entirely impossible. Senju Starry Night, who possesses S+ level talent, Elemental Holy Spirit, also has a very high affinity for natural energy. Never mind. Compared to the hard work of self-cultivation, I might as well spend some thought and let my wives and concubines have a few more children, so it's easier to go whoring for nothing in Sage Mode. It is clear, Senju Starry Night as a salted fish. He has no intention of practicing hard on his own at all. Why work hard on his own when he can rely on his heirs to prostitute for nothing? On the other hand, I heard that my brother was born. The 1-month-old Senju Niwu also rushed in, bouncing around, with ruby-like eyes. He stared at his younger brother who was just born and was still in his infancy. Poke. Father, is this my brother? Born with one. It is different from the Senju Niwu, which has a strong vitality. Senju Luffy fell into a deep sleep after a while. But both Senju Starry Night and Senju Tsunade can be felt. The majestic vitality contained in Senju Luffy's body means that the child is fine. Maybe it's just pure lethargy. To this, Senju Starry Night doesn't bother too much. Let Senju Tsunade, who has just given birth, and her newborn second son rest well. A new member of Senju is born. The news quickly spread throughout Konoha, but because it is not the first heir, therefore, the intensity of the spread this time has been reduced a lot. At least the patriarchs of the major families will not come over to give gifts. After all, the landlord's family has no surplus food. According to the number of concubines in Senju Tsunade, if each heir gave gift money, it would be able to send their family funds to the poor. To this, Senju Starry Night didn't care either. As long as my family can be lively and peaceful, it will be fine. But, have to say, Senju Luffy's talent and qualifications allow him to grow rapidly. 3 days after birth, the first sentence was, I want to eat meat. I want to eat meat. However, this request was resolutely rejected. How could Senju Tsunade allow a 3-day-old baby to eat meat without breast milk? A month later, Senju Luffy who can run and jump by himself. It was also the incarnation of a bear child, and he began to try various death-defying challenges to satisfy his curiosity. Boom! Senju Tsunade throws a strange iron fist, dried a big bag directly on Senju Luffy's head. It hurts, Mum. Luffy, you really haven't played for 3 days. so go to the house and get rid of the tiles. Senju Tsunade was furious. This kid is very skinny. He started chasing after Niwu as soon as he learned how to run and jump. Certainly, Luffy is just 1 month old. How could it be possible to catch up with the 2-month-old Niwu? No matter how hard you try, you will always be easily thrown off by Niwu. The aptitude of the two is comparable, but Niwu's talent is higher than Luffy. Sometimes, Luffy went to dig out the hornet's nest. The face that was directly stung by the bee was swollen. However, he himself looked like a normal person with a relaxed look on his face. The Senju blood and the talent of the sun god Niku allowed him to recover after a night of sleep. Crossed the river and was almost eaten by a crocodile. Climbing the cliff with Niwu, he was almost crushed to death by falling rocks. I had nothing to do to dig out the vulture's eggs, and I was about to give myself extra food, but I was pecked and ran all over the ground. This kid, it can't make people worry at all. Without staring at him for a while, he ran outside and started the challenge to die. Senju Tsunade's motherly love. It is also the fastest to dissipate under the death of the bear child. It only took a month from the kind words to appease at the beginning, to the direct Iron Fist service later. Chapter 22 Tsunade's Iron Fist of Love. Senju Niwu who wants to practice. Ask for flowers. Dad, help me. Looking at the whole body exuding black hair, Mama Senju Tsunade is full of danger. The bear kid Luffy couldn't help being excited, and quickly hid behind Senju Tsunade and began to tremble. This kid, born to be courageous and fat. It can be said that he has a rough nerve that is not afraid of the sky and the earth. But the only thing to fear is Tsunade's Iron Fist. Seeing the whirlpool, Kushina couldn't help but smile. Boys are really full of energy. In contrast, after running and jumping for a while, Nu started to enjoy reading more, so she doesn't need to worry about it as a mother. Crack, crack. Rubbing his fists. Possesses the purest Senju blood. 1 month is enough time for Senju Tsunade to restore his body to peak condition. If it was an ordinary child, only 1 month old, Senju Tsunade would definitely not throw punches at will. After all, those children are still too young, and they are easy to die if they are not careful. But, for my own son, Senju Tsunade said that this kid is born with rough skin and thick flesh, and he is a good seed for a super meat shield. There is no need to have any psychological burden when fighting, and, as long as you control your strength, you won't be killed with a single punch. Senju Tsunade, as a super nanny, can give you first aid on the spot in minutes. She is the strongest medical ninja in Konoha. With the healing assistance of Katsu, the effect is not simple 1 + 1 = 2 so simple. Senju Tsunade touched his head and asked, Luffy, what are you doing today? Senju Luffy immediately puffed up his chest and said proudly, Dad, don't you talk about it all day long. Third Hokage is a bad old man, full of bad things. I'm going to help you out. Senju Tsunade said angrily. That's why you peed directly in the old man's teacup from 3rd generation. To be honest, while Senju Tsunade is Sarutobi Hiruzen's apprentice. However, Senju Tsunade doesn't have a good impression of this old monkey. The death of her own brother Senju Nawaki and many members of the Senju tribe made her feel something unusual, and there seemed to be a black hand behind it. And lots of signs. They all point to the high-level Konoha. It's just that there is no specific evidence, and Senju Tsunade is just a guess at present. The reason why I want to teach you a lesson, it's not because you peed in someone's teacup. It's because you were not careful, and you were directly caught by the old man of 3rd generation, and others came to your door to complain. This reason is very sturdy. You can pee all you want, but be careful, don't let others catch you. When 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen came to the door with a teacup full of boys' urine in one hand and Luffy in the other, his whole face was black. He didn't drink like that, but his old partner named Shadow Shimura Danzo, took a big mouthful without noticing. By the time you realize something is wrong, it's too late. Konoha and Bbook guarding Hokage's office. It's the whole process that I witnessed. It's just that, Senju's brats are making trouble, and they dare not step forward to stop them. Master Hokage has specially instructed, don't intensify the conflict with Senju. If they want to make trouble, let them do whatever they want. A child, what can he do? Result. Just before Konoha and Boo wanted to report to stop, Shimura Danzo went one step ahead, took a big gulp of the boy's urine, and is still brushing his teeth and rinsing his mouth. Luffy, you're doing it wrong. How can you pee in someone else's teacup casually? It's okay to punish the bad guys, but remember to be more careful next time. Senju Tsunade nodded and said in agreement. This kind of behavior is not worth advocating, but if the other party is Sarutobi Hiruzen, Shimura Danzo, then let him say nothing. After all, these two bad old men. All day long, he thinks about his head and family property. What's wrong with asking them to drink some boy's urine? Senju Luffy, who is only 1 month old, also nodded his head deeply when he heard his father's teachings, expressing that he will definitely next time. Certainly, this beating education. That must still be indispensable, because, Senju Tsunade found that for Luffy, if you educate him 10,000 times with words, it is better to teach him with a fist, which will make him more unforgettable. Ugh, it hurts. Kill, kill. Senju Luffy's screams echoing in Senju's residence. It was sad for those who heard it, and tears for those who heard it. Iron Fist of Love. It really has a lot of contagion. When Luffy was educated with an iron fist by Senju Tsunade, Niwu, who was holding a book in his hand, trotted all the way to Senju Kusanai. For daughter, Senju Star Yiming is obviously very inclusive. After all, the daughter is the father's little padded jacket, and the son is for beatings. Father, what's the matter? Niwu, I want to learn taijutsu fighting and chakra refining, Senju said in a childish voice. Her extraordinary talent gave her the idea of cultivating when she was only 2 months old. Children in the common family usually start their first chakra refinement at the age of 5 or 6. Certainly, genius has the rhythm of genius. Look at Hatake Kakashi, who is already Chunin at the age of 6. The talent of Senju Niwu is obviously higher than that of Hatake Kakashi, so it is not impossible to practice earlier. Don't you want to play for a while longer? Cultivation is very hard. Father is so powerful, but he has to practice all night with his mothers every day. I have to work hard. Senju Kusanai coughed twice in embarrassment. How could he, a lazy embryo, take the initiative to practice on his own, every night, all night, not for cultivation, but for rejuvenating the family? However, it was inconvenient for him to explain this kind of thing to Niwu, who was only 2 months old now, so he had to acquiesce. Chapter 23 8 Inner Gates. The tenacious vitality of the sun god. Ask for flowers. A word from the gymnastics teacher. I have a suitable candidate here. He is currently the #1 person in Konoha Shinomi's taijutsu. If you study taijutsu with him, Niwu, you should be able to lay a good foundation soon. Senju Kusanai pondered for a while, then spoke. The candidate for this gymnastics teacher is Chenbojun, the Konoha dragon god who has been favored by Senju. As long as you speak your own words, the other party will basically not refuse, and will be happy to take Niwu for basic physical training. Of course, with Niwu's talent, it is estimated that he will soon be able to create his own path without the guidance of a teacher. And Chenbojun has quasi-cage level strength. Looking at the entire Konoha Shinombi, it is also among the top 10. After all, before the Third Ninja World War, Konoha Shinombi was still in its prime. Even if it lost to Muyibeya, there were still many cage-level strong people. Senju Niwu nodded obediently. She knew that her father would not harm her. So, for the teacher arranged by the father, naturally, he accepted it with kindness, and planned to practice hard from now on, so as to help his father as soon as possible. Kusanai, you can find a teacher for Luffy by the way. Senju Tsunade walked up to Senju Luffy, who was beaten and covered in bags, and said, whoops. Luffy, who was beaten violently, also waved his little hand, said a bunch of meaningless words. For Luffy, let's practice with Might Dai and Might Guy. Although the strength of the Might Father and Son is only at the level of Chunin, the 8 Inner Gates technique is just right for the constitution. Luffy, desperate training can also consume Luffy's energy and save him from going to and from the wild all day long. Gnu and Luffy, they are all taking the route of gymnastics flow. Therefore, Muai Dragon God Chenbojun, 8 Inner Gates might wear. They are good first teachers. They can help Senju Niwu and Senju Luffy lay a good foundation in physical arts and prepare for future development. 8 Inner Gates. I've heard of this physical technique. Temporarily gain great power by unlocking the channels that bind chakra in the human body. However, while gaining power, the caster will suffer damage, so this technique is listed as one of the forbidden techniques. Senju Tsunade frowned slightly and said, this physical technique is, in a sense, self-mutilation. If it is used many times, it is easy to leave hidden wounds on the body. Even once the 8th gate, Death Gate is opened, after the maintenance time is over, it will burn its life and die on the spot. Let Luffy learn. Really good? If it were someone else, I wouldn't necessarily recommend learning this. But Luffy is different. He inherits the pure blood of our Senju, and is born with extremely high resilience, although it is not as good as Grandpa Hashirama. However, he also has the blessing of the Sun God. Except for the Dead Gate, the other 7th gates are all in a recoverable range for him. What's more, Tsunade isn't your best at medical ninjutsu. You can check Luffy's body every day. If there is any hidden injury or something wrong, you can also treat it in time or stop practicing. Senju Kusanai said with a smile. Said Tsunade, don't worry so much. At the same time, he has 2 talents of Sun God Nika, A+, and Senju bloodline, B. My second son, Senju Luffy, can be said to be Xioqiang from immune to death. His vitality is so tenacious that he can stand up again and again. Estimate. Even if it is the last door before opening the door of death. 7th gate. Shocked. It was only after the end that I felt severe pain all over my body, and I recovered after a period of rest. It will not leave any hidden wounds in the body and affect the rest of life. This. Fine. Senju Tsunade didn't say anything more after hearing the words. This kind of tenacious vitality talent is definitely something that Might Dai and Might Guy cannot envy. No way. In the ninja world, blood talent is indeed very important. Many ninjas without blood, even in the 4th Ninja World War, didn't even get a share of soy sauce, so they just received a box lunch. Might Guy is a good example of civilians turning their heads and aspiring but there is only one night guy. Look at Naruto, Sasuke. Again Ashura, Indra reincarnated. Nine Tails Jinchuriki, Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan again. One bears the blood of Uchiha and the other bears the blood of Uchiha. At the end, and Sage of Six Paths personally came out to send hangers. It's outrageous. Open up the door to Outrageous Incredibles home. Soon, the teachers of Senju Niwu and Senju Luffy were confirmed, after Senju Kusanagi personally visited. Chen Bojun might die. He also patted his chest directly and said, "It's a trivial matter," although at the beginning, they were also worried that the two children were too young, and whether practicing taijutsu would hurt their bodies now, but at Senju's residence, they saw Senju Niwu and Senju Luffy far beyond ordinary people. After physical strength and vitality, I feel relieved. Really, the direct bloodline of Senju is amazing. Others 1 or 2 month-old children are still sleeping in their swaddling babies, but Senju's 2 children have already started running and jumping, and even climbing trees to catch fish. To this, somebody has no blood. 12-year-old Might Guy of civilian origin said, "I still need to redouble my efforts and burn my passionate youth, so that I can catch up with these geniuses and monsters." Set a small goal first. Start by defeating your good friend Hatake Kakashi. Chapter 24 Kakuzu's Financial Report. New Year's Eve is coming. Ask for flowers. Senju Niwu, Senju Luffy. Their physical training is generally carried out in the Senju residence. The area here is large enough, and there is also a special practice field, which can be provided for them to carry out basic training. Train here. You don't have to worry about being watched. Although in the eyes of the outside world, Senju Kusanagi's strength is still at the previous elite Jonin level. But Senju Tsunade is a veritable cage-level powerhouse. If Anbu and Nebu are sent to Mori Senju's resident for surveillance, they will definitely be caught in minutes. So, both Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo. I only know that Senju Niwu and Senju Luffy are very talented, and they can start running and jumping in a month or 2. As for saying how specific are their talents, this is a complete unknown. By the way, due to the hard work of Senju Starry Night every night, Uchiha Mikoto, Hyuga Sagiri, Inuzu Kashiwa, Yamanaka Eri, and Kurama Megumi were also successfully pregnant. After 9 months, it is estimated that the offspring will be born at the same time. Headed by Nu and supplemented by Luffy, the next 5 children. It is estimated that there is a high probability that it will become the backbone of Senju. Why? It's another 9-month wait. Sometimes, too much energy may not be a good thing. Lie on the beanbag. Senju, who was basking in the sun, let out a faint sigh. If Kushina, Senju Tsunade, and Ninetales hadn't been able to continue fighting, he would have been thinking about where to go to get a new batch of wives and concubines. He is not just someone. It is good to have many children, but it's not what cats and dogs want. At the very least, you don't have to have strength and status, and at least you have to be good-looking. And people like Hyuga Hinata, Hyuga Hanabi, Tanshin, Yamanaka Ino, Yuzuki Xian, Uehong, Nohara Lin, etc., are either not yet born, or they are still young, only in their early 10 years old. This aspect, the principle of Senju Starry Night, is still there. He can develop slowly, but he will never drive a stroller. According to the rules of adulthood in the ninja world, Senju Kusanagi will not attack until the opponent is at least 16 years old. Never mind. Take it as a long-lost holiday for the chicken. 365 years without a break. The pressure is too great. I took a sip of wolfberry tea, which can invigorate the kidney and strengthen yang. Senju Starry Night is also lying on the lazy chair, enjoying the warm sun, drinking tea, holding wives and concubines, make a little money. Such a beautiful life. It is definitely the dream and pursuit of many people for a lifetime. Although the atmosphere of the war in the outside world is becoming more and more solemn, it is estimated that the Third Ninja World War will break out in at most 3 months, but this has nothing to do with Senju Starry Night. He earns his money, and the front line desperately matters. Leave it to Sarutobi Hiruzen, an old monkey. When the sun rose to noon, Kakuzu, the chief financial officer, was notified, and a body flicker technique came to Senju Starry Night. "Boss, this is the financial report for this year, please look over it." I didn't expect that Konoha's 47 years will pass so soon, and it's time for the new year. Heard business. Senju Starry Night cheered up a little. He reached out and took the financial report handed over by Kakuzu, which recorded in detail the income and expenditure of Senju's various industries during the year. This year, it was also a year of rapid development. With the hot sales of Senju real estate, it can be said that they are making a lot of money. Large family buys Senju mansion, medium-sized families buy Senju cottages, small family and Konoha Jonin buy Senju house, Konoha Chunin and Genin buy cheap, small Senju apartments. Every grade. Senju Starry Night has developed products of the same grade, ensuring that everyone has a share, and no leak will be missed. It doesn't matter if you don't have enough cash in your hands right now. Senju Bank, for your loan. Become a qualified house slave, starting today. Of course, In addition to this, there are also many wealthy businessmen in the Land of Fire. After hearing about the special features of Senju's real estate, they spent a lot of money and settled down one by one. This is also a large number of customers. That's right. Entrusting the Senju industry to you is indeed the right choice. Just 1 year, the total funds of our Senju, from the original 100 billion to 150 billion. Scan this year's financial reports. Senju Kusanai also nodded in satisfaction. Kakuzu is indeed the minister of the Thigh carefully selected by him. Financial matters. There is nothing wrong with giving it to him. If Orochimaru is the strongest scientist in the ninja world, then Kakuzu is the strongest economist in the ninja world. This is all within the responsibility of the subordinates. Kakuzu said that the basics should not be 6, with a monthly salary of 10 million, and 1% of the shares. Of course, you have to work hard. Who dares to stop him from making money? He will kill that person, all for the development of Senju industry. Come down this year. The amount of money he can get is, with a base salary of 120 million and an increase in the total industry, an additional 500 million will be obtained. A total of 620 million salary, almost equivalent to more than half of the head of Third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. To know, although that Sarutobi Hiruzen head is worth $1 billion on the black market. However, he is protected by countless Anbu around him, and he is in the center of Konoha Shinobi. He himself is a veteran cage-level powerhouse. If he wants to get this bounty, he has no super cage-level strength. Even super cage-level early ninja. Under Konoha Shinobi's crowd tactics, and numerous cage-level sieges, it can only be reduced to the end of being beaten to death by the group. This bounty has been hanging there for a while. No one has been able to complete this task so far, and Kakuzu is no exception. Chapter 25. I, Kakuzu, have been wandering for half my life, and I only hate that I have not met the Ming Lord. Ask for flowers. Get rid of those. There are basically no bounty missions that can be completed. The other guys with high bounties were either hiding in the corners and couldn't find them, or they had good strength and it was difficult to kill them completely. Before, when Kakuzu was wandering outside, he exhaustedly chased and killed rebel. When the market is good, it will be about 200 million a year. If the market is not good, it is estimated that there will be an income of about 50 million a year, which will be greatly reduced. It's different now. Doing what I like most every day, counting and managing money, I can get 3 times the salary before, and the happiness index has doubled. Unfortunately, I, Kakuzu, knew the boss. It was too late. So many years of wasted time. Kakuzu sighed silently in his heart. I, Kakuzu, have been wandering for half my life, and I only regret that I have not met the Ming Lord. If you don't give up, I would like to worship as righteous father. If I can follow the development of boss as soon as possible, my net worth can be doubled a few times now. Not to mention, Kakuzu is from the first Hokage period. After more than 40 years of bounty hunter life, he has savings of more than 3 billion in his hands. In addition to mixing with Senju Starry Knights in the past few years, the total savings amount has reached nearly 5 billion. Certainly, he doesn't spend money either. The 5 billion will eventually be deposited in Senju Bank. It is basically equivalent to Kakuzu starting from First Hokage and starting to work for Senju Starry Night White hits in advance. Full speeders receive 3,000 wages per month, with mediocre strength and mediocre abilities. A real worker, joined with 3 billion capital, cage level strength, top financial management master. So excellence minion. How can Senju Kusanai, who is the boss, be dissatisfied? New year, new atmosphere. It's time for us, Senju, to launch a new series of products. Close the financial report in hand. Senju Starry Night also decided to launch a new product this year to better harvest Konoha Shinobi's leeks. 1 new series a year, from Senju Residence, to Senju Apartment, Senju Villa. Each of them is a huge profit. So, when Kakuzu heard that boss was going to launch a new series of products, his eyes almost lit up. Boss, what products are we launching this year? Senju Emporium series. This is a product exclusively for merchants, Senju Kusanai said in a deep voice. After so many years of cutting leeks, the major families of Konoha Shinobi have run out of money. Estimate. And only after war and plunder as a victorious nation, only then can their pockets become rich again. Therefore, Senju Starry Night is also targeting the businessmen who are constantly coming to Konoha Shinobi to invest. These fat sheep are all very rich. Konoha Shinobi, a large clearing in the west. This is where the Senju property was pre-purchased. All development rights and use rights are also in the hands of Senju Kusanai, covering a total area of 300,000 square meters, or 450 acres. Now, heard about Senju real estate. To launch a new series of products. Go up to Third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen, Nabukage Shimura Danzo. Go down to the melon-eating masses of Konoha common civilians. They all gathered here, ready to watch the new products of Senju real estate in the front row. Is everything cleaned up? Report to boss. All the idlers have been cleared out. Before launching wood style, in order to avoid accidentally injuring common people, it is generally necessary to clear the field in advance. Of course, if someone wants to seek death, then Senju Kusanai can't control the other party. Anyway, He has notified him, and you still come in to deliver him, and death is for nothing. Under the gaze of the crowd, Senju Starry Night, who is the owner of Senju Real Estate. He also clapped his hands suddenly, and the thick chakra gushed out of his body immediately. This time, but a big project. Just relying on the total amount of chakra from the previous elite jonin, I am afraid that it is really impossible to cover all of them at once. How thick is this chakra? This fellow Senju Kusanai has already stepped into the cage level realm. Damn it, in this way, even if he leaves the village, it will be even more difficult to assassinate him. Sarutobi Hiruzen, Shimura Danzo, Uchiha Fugaku. Of these three, Senju Kusanai is the most difficult to deal with. Seeing him stepping into the cage level field now, naturally everyone is itching with hatred. Certainly, it didn't show on his face. Just thinking about it in my heart. If they dare to reveal this before they are fully prepared, Senju Kusanai will have plenty of ways to retaliate against them, but there is still a family behind them. Unexpectedly, Master Kusanai also stepped into cage level. In this way, the number of Senju's cage levels has exceeded 3. Master Starry Night, Master Tsunade, and Master Kushina, who is the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, can be said to be powerful. The corner boss is also cage level. I heard that Minato is also a civilian ninja funded by Master Kusanai. FK, with this calculation, there are already 5 cage level powerhouses standing on Senju's side. I don't know if I don't count. I'm startled by counting. Unknowingly, Senju has developed to this point. On the other hand, Third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen is a bit in decline now. There are only 3 cage levels, Sarutobi Hiruzen, Jiraiya, and Orochimaru. You can keep Namikaze Minato neutral at most, because one is a master and the other is a benefactor. And like Shimura Danzo, Uchiha Fugaku, now it's only at the level of quasi-shadow. Perhaps in a few more years, when Uchiha Fugaku awakens Mangekyo, Uchiha Shizui and Uchiha Itachi grow up, their cage level numbers will usher in explosive growth. Wood style. If you like this audiobook, subscribe the channel for more videos like this. And join my Patreon if you want to support me, link in the description. Leave some comment and let me know if you guys like this story, or you have a web novel you like and want to hear its audiobook. I will be happy to create them for you. Please like, share, and leave a comment on the video.